Hello, good evening, good morning, wherever you may be. This is Ryan of Happy, Healthy, Vegan. Let me make sure I see audio level here so I'm not talking into nothingness. Yes, I see it there. Awesome. Right, so with that out of the way, how is everyone doing? It's Friday, September 10th. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for me right now. Maybe another time, another day where you're at in the world. So welcome. Thanks for being here. And if you're watching later on after the fact, welcome too. I usually take these live streams down from our homepage a few hours, sometimes the next day after. But if you get a link, if you get a notification, you can always watch these. I make them what's known as unlisted, meaning they exist. They're just not there on the homepage. So welcome to live viewers and people watching later on in the future. Woo. How's it going, guys? Thanks for being here with me. I see a lot of our regs are here. We already have someone who's trying to debunk veganism right now. A lot of vegans are very preachy. I mean, anyone can be really preachy. Carnivore Kate, let's see. If I'm a vegan, right? So let's talk about this. Is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan preachy? And if so, can you provide an example or two of how I am preachy and how my way of speaking, being preachy, is like, somehow different from non-vegans who are not preachy? Just curious, so you can come back and tell us about that. Hey, Giggles, Oregon, awesome, good to see you there. Bro Scientist, what did Vegan Gains do now? I know, I just saw a post on Facebook showing how he got a new PR in bench press. So that's what I know he did just recently. What is there something else? It's okay, Anna, to have the caps on. At first, I thought you were the person who was saying we were preachy, but no, I see now. He just had the caps lock on. Hey, Dan Brown, what's up? Dan, you were the one questioning us last time at the end of our last video, saying how I made a video from a last week's live stream about raw food, dogma, and asking us were we a little more into raw food back when we started our channel like 8 years ago. Yeah, totally. Before we started our channel, we tried raw for about like 9 months or so. So we're kind of coming more from that. But yeah, we've, as I said, evolved on since then. Tried it, didn't see any huge advantage, and moved on. But I'm not trying to deny our past in any way at all. Where's our person here trying to tell where I requested some information, specific information about how I am or me. You said vegans in general are preachy, so I'd like to see or hear what example you can refer to about myself, since I'm really the vegan I know most closely, since I am me. Hey Peter, what is up? So you're saying VG called a child a piece of S for eating meat? Wow, did he really? Wow. Yeah, he probably shouldn't do that. Hey Jen, what's up? 2 a.m. in the UK. Awesome. I know I come on at a time that's really kind of difficult for people in Europe. So thanks for watching. Stay as late, up as late as you can. Hopefully you'll go to bed sometime soon. But yeah, I'm glad. I try to sometimes do live streams that are maybe like 5-6 hours earlier than this to get more Europeans on. So I do those kind of at random, but this is my weekly, you can count on this time to, every week. So anyway, let me get something else set up right here. All right, cool. Oh, wait, Carnivore Kate, did I miss something? I see you talking to Vegan Metalhead. I was asking about preaching. So what are you saying? It takes a different amount of time for certain people? It depends how proper your nutrition was as a child? What are you talking about? How long it takes for someone who eats no meat, such as myself, to completely fall apart and deteriorate? Is that what you're talking about there, Carnivore Kate? Or are you talking about something else? Let me know. I'm kind of curious what you're talking about there. And let me know, how do you know this? You seem to be speaking with a certain amount of authority. Are you a medical doctor? Do you have a study I can look at? Or is this, just be honest, is it your opinion? I'm just curious. I'm always honest when I'm giving you my opinion. I try to differentiate very clearly my opinion from known matters of fact. See, I'm really transparent about that, and I hope everyone else can do the same. Oh, this was a long time ago you're talking about, Peter? Okay. Oh, I remember his grandfather passed away. I didn't know his father passed away recently. Is that what you're saying there, Peter? I didn't hear about that. I haven't watched any videos in a long time, so I'm really sorry to hear that. But I didn't get any water after I opened that up. Okay, opinion. So that's it, Kate. So give me your opinion since we're talking about opinion. I'm 54 years old, been vegan now. Next month will be 11 years. So let me know when things are going to start falling apart for me. I mean, just let me know when my blood lab results are going to get horrible. My athleticism will just fall by the wayside. I mean, age is a factor. I'm getting older. Sooner or later, I'm going to stop beating all these youngsters at basketball. But let me know your opinion. Kate, when's it all going to kick in? I know some guys like Vegan Zombie, vegan over 20 years. Jeff Palmer owns Clean Machine, like 30 plus year vegan, and he's huge and muscular, so and healthy too. So I'm just kind of curious, when's the opinion? Premature aging. Okay, let's talk about that, carnivore Kate. Premature aging. So let's look at I'm going to pick a very prominent meat eater who is pretty much exactly my age. He was born. So we can all go to the internet together. I'm going to pick someone who was born the exact same year as I was, almost the same day. We were just born 10 days apart. So we want to talk about premature aging. Let's just look at old Joe here. Let's just get some images. I won't pick the one where he was on COVID. I know he looked pretty bad there. Let me try to find something from recent times because a lot of these are old. Well, here we are from recent times here. I guess I said I wouldn't pick the COVID one, but I mean, he said he's feeling fine. So if someone could send me an image from 2021, let me just do 2021. Maybe someone could say that's unfair. The guy's ill. So let's see. Okay, so this would be if he's waiting to anti-vax narrative on a Spotify, that would be from 2020 or 2021. So carnivore Kate. So let's talk about this right here. So you mean to tell me the premature age, remember, we're born 10 days apart in the same year. For all practical purposes, Joe Rogan and I are like twin brothers born on the same day, different genetics. So you're saying premature aging. So you're telling me Joe Rogan here looks significantly younger than I do. I mean, is that what you're saying here? I mean, if you put me and that Joe Rogan together side by side, you're saying, oh yeah, obviously the Asian guy looks way, way older than Joe Rogan. Is that your opinion here? Just curious. Is that what we're talking about? Premature aging of vegans. So let's give you the full thing here. It's got my nice full head of hair here. Take my glasses off so I can look all nice here. So you're saying this face here, this nice full head of hair, this skin, I look significantly older than this guy who was born almost the same day I was born. Is that your position there? Okay, just wanted to know that, Kate. All right, so the thing is, there's all sorts of factors that affect aging beyond diet. In fact, more so than diet. I see surfer guys like 10 years younger than me that look 10 years older than me because they're out, they get all these spots. Like I got some here from surfing, but I mean, it kind of makes your eye, I mean, there's so many environmental factors that affect aging. There's genetic factors. So to make some kind of blanket statement that vegans have premature aging is just kind of disingenuous. I mean, I could pick a bunch of meat eaters. I can just show you basically on Facebook all the guys I went to high school with, and it's my personal opinion that they look quite a bit older than me. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here or anything. And they're not vegan. So I'm just saying there's all sorts of factors and variables. And to try to attribute not eating meat, being a vegan, as what accelerates aging when there's like drugs, smoking, stress, genetics, sun exposure, so many things that are way more of a significant variable, impactful on aging, how old you look, I should say. You can't speed up your chronological age, more so than eating a vegan diet. So I think that's just a really odd and disingenuous point to bring up, that some vegans look older than they do. Because I think Joe Rogan looks older than he does, and he's never tried to be vegan. Yeah, I've seen vegans on YouTube that don't look that great. I agree with you, Carnivore Kate. I have to say, I've seen some keto people on YouTube that don't look great. I've seen a few carnivore people that don't look that great. I've seen many people on the standard American diet on YouTube that don't look all that great. Do you see the commonality? I've seen many fruitarians and raw foodists that look horrible. You see my commonality here. You can find people of any diet, anything, and any background, and you'll find some that age decently well. You'll find some that don't age all that well, and attributing it to diet is completely irrelevant, because like I said, you can find people from any diet that have aged well and not have aged well. It's funny, you don't see too many vegans just using that argument against against meat eaters, because we know this, this fact that I've been saying here. So anyway, let's move on here. David, thoughts on arsenic and brown rice? Let's go. I did a little preemptive thing here. I went to our channel. I'm going to send you the link. I made a very let's see. Can I search through my videos here? Let me see if I can do that. Yeah, here we go. Rice, the most dangerous grains in the world. I can't just click it. Hey, this is Ryan of I think I look all right there, huh? Let's see. Share. Let me copy that link here, and I will paste it into the chat here. So watch my video here. It summarized a very lengthy series put out by nutritionfacts.org's Dr. Greger. I watched through maybe a 10 or dozen videos or so and summarized it all in one succinct, very clear video here. So check it out. Basically, the bottom line is, depends where your rice was grown at. Generally speaking, rice grown in, say, the United States, southern states, bad for a variety of reasons. What's going on in the soil there? Rice is grown, say, in California, in like the Himalayas, where I get my basmati rice grown. I don't get it, but that's where it's grown at. Fine. But anyway, watch the video. There's more to it, but that's it in a nutshell. So yeah, did I get the link there? Yes, it's in there. Let's see. Veganism is a cult due to it being started by Seventh-day Adventists. I was not aware that it was started by Seventh-day Adventists. Is that a known fact? I mean, even if it was, say it was started by Seventh-day Adventists, let's just say that were true. That has no impact on my beliefs. I don't have the beliefs of a Seventh-day Adventist. I'm Buddhist. I'm not even Christian for that matter. So I'm saying it's absolutely irrelevant. You can be any background, any religion, atheist, whatever you want to be, Christian, whatever your thing is, and be a vegan. So I don't think there's any belief system. And then it assumes that Seventh-day Adventists are a cult, which is very, a strong claim there. But anyway, even if they are a cult, I have no Seventh-day Adventist beliefs, and I don't even know if it was started by Seventh-day Adventists there. So that's, I think that's an absolutely irrelevant point. Like, it doesn't matter who started veganism, I mean, doesn't mean you take on their belief system. Hey, Race, yeah, sardines are healthy, not for humans though, but yeah, for other fishes. Okay, I just closed my tab, but you told me about the guy that looked like me. I forgot his name. I just saw the tab open from last week. What's his name again? But anyway, he doesn't look, I don't think he looks like my son, if that's what you're talking about, that. Let's see. Shoe vegan. Yeah, you quit meat eating before you even heard the word vegan. And that's how Angie was too. She was a young girl asking her mom, like, Mom, why do we have to eat these dead animals for? I don't like to. And her mom gave her bogus information. You need to, daughter, in order to be healthy and get all the nutrients you need. But she said, I don't want to eat the dead animals. So, I mean, yeah, you can go vegan without even knowing about the history of the movement, if you want to call it that, It's just a moral understanding that it's absolutely unnecessary and wrong. It's cruel. It's heinous to kill animals needlessly for food when you can be thriving off plants. So it has nothing to do with a cult. It's just a moral belief that why kill animals for? It's just wrong. There's no need to kill animals, particularly now in 2011 when you have so much access to all sorts of different foods. Hey, we got our first super chat tip of the day there. Let's see, is that you, Jamit? There, yeah, that's your name there. Huh? This 88-year-old vegan may be the oldest person to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. It looks pretty good for his age. Wow. Let's see if I can copy that for a search. Ah, darn, I can't copy that. Let's see. Let's see if I can find that though. Let's see. Let's find this 88-year-old vegan. I'll just Google that. 88-year-old vegan climber. Let's see if I can find him here. Okay, he sent me the link here. It's on Mercy for Animals. Let's check him out. 88 years old. Let's see if I can get a better image of him here. Okay, unfortunately his face is being cropped off. Let me look on another. Let's look on Live Kindly. He's a vegan doctor even. Okay, well, he's got oxygen, not because he's ill, but probably due to altitude. Let's check out Veg News here if we get a better image here. Yeah, if I'm 88 and look like that and could climb Mount Kilimanjaro, I guess he's still waiting for the, good old vegan deterioration to start kicking in on him too, right? He's probably waiting like, how old do I gotta be? I just climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. So anyway. What is that? How come you're trolling and still kind? There's nothing wrong with eating meat if veganism failed you. I mean, what do you mean veganism failed you? I mean, what is fail about eating plants, whole food plants? I know there's some people that said, oh, veganism failed me, but they did crazy things that are not part of the definition of veganism. Part of definition, I mean, vegan just says not eating animal products. It doesn't say eat only raw food for 4 years. It doesn't say do regular water fast or just do juicing for months at a time, dieting and trying to get super skinny for Instagram photos, or drinking urine, your own urine, or the urine of other people, drinking turpentine. I mean, the list goes on of all these weird things that people have done who said veganism failed them. No, they're extreme practices that have nothing to do with, there's nothing about being vegan that says you have to drink urine. There's nothing about the definition of veganism that says you have to drink or drink nothing but juice for 30 days or eat uncooked food for multiple years. And this is not what the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics recommends. In fact, I think I have that open up here too. And let's just look at what they recommend to eat. Do they recommend, and this is a position paper after reviewing over 100 scientific references on the matter, and they don't say anywhere in here that you need to eat raw food or drink urine or anything like that. It's just appropriately planned. And to me, that means balanced, sensible vegan diets where you're getting all your nutrients. You're not just eating one food, weird crap like that, or just eating raw food and missing out on the many great nutrients from foods that are not raw. So yeah, people who veganism failed them, they failed themselves by doing crazy, stupid, extreme, restrictive forms of dieting that are not part of veganism. They're just trying to follow some crazy trend or try to achieve enlightenment as they think might happen if they follow some kind of weird woo-woo thing. So yeah, I have yet to meet a person where veganism has failed them, but I've met a few people where they failed being vegan because they did extreme restrictive diets, which we're totally 100% against. Hey, our first super chat tip of the night here, and hopefully
shout out to Ashley and her dogs Tyler and Tegan.
A first one from Streamlabs, which I pasted up in the live chat here as a pinned comment for me. If you guys want to leave a super chat tip, Streamlabs is awesome because they don't take a penny, nothing from the from us, from the creators, unlike YouTube, which takes, I forgot, 30-40%. So thank you. And yeah, my new life without my wife, Yeah, shout out to Ashley and her dogs, Tyler and Tegan. Ashley and Tyler and Tegan, the dogs, are watching. Thank you so much. Carnivore Kid, you must know a lot more vegans than I do, and I know hundreds of vegans, maybe thousands, and I haven't yet to meet any vegan. And we talk about science and blood all the time, blood tests, and I've yet to meet a vegan who said their medical doctor said you need to eat more heme iron in order to whatever you're talking about there, get their iron levels in check. Mine are fine. I've put my iron levels up here since 2013. My first vegan blood test was a year before our channel, back in 2012. Iron has been absolutely fine. And if you need heme iron, you can now do that as a vegan. Eat Impossible Burgers. Their products are made with plant-based heme iron. So if you really, really must have heme iron, if it's that what Carnivore Kate is saying, a doctor, a qualified licensed medical doctor, examines your life, your blood work and your health, and comes to that prescription, if you will, you can eat Impossible Burgers and get plant-based heme iron. But yeah, there's no problem meeting your iron requirements. Mine have always been fine. They've never been of any concern whatsoever, always within the healthy range. And I don't do anything special, nothing special for iron. I don't go out of my way to eat a certain amount of pumpkin seeds or whatever like that. Impossible Burgers are pretty expensive, Cam. But yeah, eating dead animal meat is pretty expensive too, right? Yeah, and Race Lever points out a great point. Yeah, heme iron is known as a more toxic form of iron too, that leads to health issues that non-heme iron doesn't lead to. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not going to list those out because I'm not going to pretend to have them all memorized. And I think most medical doctors don't have them memorized as well. But my point is being, yeah, heme iron is not necessarily known as being the healthier of the two types of iron. Plant-based, plant irons are non-heme, unless we're talking about Impossible Burgers. So anyway, sure, if you really think, and how many people does this really apply to? Like I said, I know hundreds, if not thousands of vegans. I've yet to meet one who told me that kind of story. But if there are the rare vegans whose doctors say that, Impossible Burgers, and you could still be vegan. Hey, Peter. Yeah, I've heard of that happening more and more places around. Are you gonna need that for the rib fest that you're gonna go protest, or is that before? That's this weekend, right, Peter? Let me know if you're still planning to go do some protests there, and check out the plant-based ribs that will be there too. Uncle Walt, how did animals get iron in their meat to begin with? Assuming we're not talking about lions and tigers, if we're talking about animals that graze and eat plants, they get it from plants, just the same way I do. You eat plants that have iron, and you have iron in your blood. Okay, that's for indoor events only, Peter. Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing that. Ooh, that's a great question, Carl. I would like to see what Carnivore Kate has to say about that. Interesting. Yeah, Carl's asking, yeah, well, you're just bringing up all these examples, hypothetical examples of someone that might have to eat meat, and I've never heard such of a condition, but let's say you didn't have to eat meat. Is eating meat wrong then? Good question. SSH, thank you so much for the super chat tip there. Thanks so much appreciated. Peter, now I don't listen to Howard Stern, but I have thought about how insurance companies, health insurance companies, I don't feel sorry for them in any way. I think they're all criminals and all that, but interesting theory that if it costs them next to nothing to offer their patients a vaccine, and if they don't take it and then end up in the hospital for days, weeks, or months, tens of thousands of dollars. Seems kind of unfair that the insurance company is still on the hook for that when they offered them, a virtually free solution. So no, I didn't hear what Stern said there. I haven't listened to that guy since a long time, since he left terrestrial radio. And even back then, I didn't listen to him all that much. But I guess, he makes news headlines, I guess, huh? Feel the beat. Yes, please share why you went vegan. I would like to hear that. Hey, Uncle Walt. What is up, Uncle Walt? I did hear that, was it Delta Airlines is charging their unvaccinated employees a $200 premium just for that very reason there. And it's not to be cruel, it's just to be, hey, it's going to cost us more. If statistically, you have a higher chance of becoming ill. And, that's what insurance is all about. It's about probability theory and statistics. So they're just trying to like cover and break even there. No, I don't watch anti-vegan channels. Like, tell me, what did anti-vegan make about me? Share with me. What is so horrible and wrong about me that I'm worth making a video for? Is it I'm falling apart and deteriorating? Am I aging rapidly? Am I going bald? Please share with me, Carnivore Kate. What was the point of the video, other than just probably to slander me? Please share that. SSH, thank you for the super chat tip there. Much appreciated. Love your channel. I've been vegan for about 6 years, age 44 now. Hey, welcome to the over 40 vegan club here. Been feeling really good physically, better than I did as a vegetarian. Awesome. My same sentiments too. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I recover quicker from workouts and exercise and injuries now than I did, say, when I was like your age of 44. That's when I wasn't. Let's see. I gotta actually do the reverse math to see. That's about the age I went vegan. So that should make me say when I was 40. So, but thanks so much, SSH. Appreciate that. Are vegans happy? So, yeah, I'm a normal person. Carnivore Kate. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy and I have the range of emotion. Have you heard of our music? Our music's very emotional and dark. So I have the full, breadth of human emotion. So I don't pretend to always be happy. I don't pretend to always be sad. I'm a normal human that expresses the full range of emotions. I'm not a narcissist or sociopath or something like that. So yeah, I'm not always happy, especially when I make YouTube videos and I'm debunking anti-vegan nonsense or seeing people make slanderous videos about me, saying I'm aging rapidly, I'm going bald, I'm vegan. So they hit pause on the video and I look like this, and look at Ryan looks like this because he's vegan. If he weren't vegan, he'd look like this and look all nice. So yeah, I do get a little upset, as you would too, right? If I did something like that to you, you probably wouldn't be, hey, this is awesome, right? It's so cool to be slandered on the internet, in front of strangers in the world. So yeah. Hey, Angie, talking about heme iron. Let's talk about heme iron here, Angie. High heme intake is associated with, and since because Carnivore Kate was advocating that some vegans need high heme iron, right? Now I don't even know what condition that would be called, but high heme is associated with increased risk of colorectal, pancreatic, and lung cancer. Evidence for increased risk of type 2 diabetes and coronary heart disease. It's scrolled away there. With high intake. High heme iron intake is compelling. That's what I was saying. I didn't want to say I memorized all the disease risks associated with higher heme iron intake, but there you go. Thanks for sharing that, Angie, as you did for me last week. Thanks for being the fact checker there. I appreciate that. Let's see, SSH, favorite songs I like to play on guitar. Do I write my own music? It's kind of a little bit of both. I mean, it's both. I mean, since I'm a songwriter, producer, I'm always trying to make up my own stuff and making up my own stuff. But then I play songs of other people's too, famous people, people you've never heard of. A lot of times I'm just warming up, or here's something cool. I'll hear something when I'm listening to working out in the garage. I'll add it to a playlist to check out later. I'll add it because I heard a really cool guitar part. I want to see what's going on. I want to learn the chord changes, etc., etc. So I do all the above. I think any pretty decently serious musician does all the above. You want to create your own stuff, but you want to learn how other things that are cool were created. What's that race you're saying? Carnivore K is just full of it hitting all the anti-vegan talking points. We should play Carnus Bingo. Yeah, you'd probably win there. But yeah, are vegans happy? Is anyone always happy? Are keto people always happy? Are standard American dieters always happy? Are people on the Mediterranean diet always happy? Like, no one's always happy. But yeah, vegans have a particular reason to not be happy, in the sense that we are fully aware of, the true realities, the horrors of how animals are raised for slaughter, and how many of them are raised for slaughter, and we know there's a solution out of it, and so many people don't give a crap, and how animal agriculture is not particularly good for the future of our planet as far as carbon dioxide and just greenhouse gas emissions are concerned. Secondly, if you are a social media vegan like I am, even a small one on my little level here, people make crap videos about me all the time. Why? I'm not even that famous. Make one about like Earthling Ed or something like that. Let's see, carnivore Kate. So when you were vegan, you had insomnia and anxiety. You thought your heart was going to stop. I don't have any of those issues as a vegan. You lost weight and you were very paranoid whenever you went in public. Why'd you lose weight for? What's up with that? What were you doing? You following some kind of raw till 4 thing, maybe, carnivore Kate? I know a lot of people were drawn into that back in the day, and still do, and they blame veganism on it. Remember, veganism doesn't say you have to eat only raw or raw till 4 or what have you. Just eat plants. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what to say about insomnia and weight loss. Sounds like something wasn't really working there for you. Maybe you're doing one of those more restrictive kinds of, okay, freely, yeah, raw till 4. Now she's all raw. See, I know. I see. How did I hit that on the head? You got to give me some kudos for that, carnivore Kate. How I just sussed that out pretty much instantly from what you're describing there. It sounds like you were following one of those raw-ish type people there. And I'm not dissing freely, but I know a lot of people that followed her advice didn't get what they expected and maybe had some health issues as a result. Not saying it's their fault or not, but they weren't following like what we do, just eating sensible whole food plants. And I'll show you the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook here. I mean, this is like, good freaking food, whether you're vegan or not. We're not asking you to just drink juice or something like that. Or let's see, some spring rolls here. I guess those technically might be raw. Angie's Where Do You Get Your Protein salad here. It's got some nice beans. How about some pancakes? How about some nacho cheese cauliflowers? Tofu scramble with potatoes. One of our few tofu recipes. Cream spinach toast. Mushroom toast. Let's see. Let's put some cauliflower mac and cheese. Plantains and black beans. Yum. What else we got here? Green chili grits with greens. Just look at all this stuff here. Tortilla soup, corn chowder, southwestern chowder. This is good food. I don't understand why anyone would not want to eat food like this and just eat like fruit forever or raw salad or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense. Hey, we got Produce Not Pills. Hey, what's up, Produce Not Pills?
Any advice or tips for someone who won't leave you alone, who you blocked on everything? They are still able to leave voicemails and won't stop. I gave them a nice last message that explained that I am not interested in talking any longer. WHT else can I do?
Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that, Produce Not Pills. Yeah, stalking, stuff like that sucks. They can still leave voicemails. I know on my phone I can block callers. Can you do that on yours? Maybe you haven't checked it out, but there should be a functionality to block callers. I do that all the time on telemarketers. I don't know if it does any good because I know they just kind of robo-dial. But anyway, I don't want those numbers to call me. But yeah, that's the best you can do is to block all access to you. Because it's my firm belief that no person has like the God-given right, or atheists speak, I don't know how I could get God out. Anyway, no one has just the fundamental right to be able to contact another person that doesn't want to be contacted. So yeah, ban them on all social media, block their phone number. If they know where you live, they know where you live. But if they come by, then you can get restraining orders. If it has to get to that, hopefully it won't get to that. But that's my big tip for you. Just just block them on any way possible. Block their numbers, block their social media accounts, everything you can. Because no one has the right to communicate with you. I would love to chat with David Gilmour of Pink Floyd or something like that. I don't have the right to, you know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So just let me know if that works out for you, Produce Not Pills. And if you have voicemail on your landline, that's a little trickier. I can understand that, but maybe you can contact your phone company and block a specific number. Tell them what you told me, how they're stalking you, and you don't want their numbers to get through. Maybe you can do it. I've never tried that. Let me know if any of you guys out there have experience with that. Let me know, because I've never had to block someone off my landline, because I really don't even have my landline on ever. They can leave voicemails? Are you serious? That sucks. Wow. Wow, that sucks. Yeah, see if there's a way you can call your phone carrier company. That would be great. Oh, Carnivore Kate, you just debunked veganism. So there's a guy on YouTube. He used to be a vegan, and he's carnivore now, and is a lot better. He was a vegan most of his life. So you debunked veganism. You found one guy who switched from vegan to carnivore, and he's better, whatever that means. I mean, I could debunk that. I was never carnivore, but I was on a standard American diet, you know, meat, cheese, dairy, all that stuff. I did that for about 43, 44, something like that years of my life. I'm vegan now. I'm better in every way imaginable. My blood tests are better. I showed blood tests from 1999 when I was in the thick of that. My blood tests ever since being vegan, when I started my blood test as a vegan in 2012 on to now, are better in any way measurable than in 1999. So there goes that. I'm more athletic now. I'm stronger now. So I just debunked eating meat and dairy, right? Because me, a test of one, I have objective measures though. I'm not sure if he does, but I got the blood test. I have a slam dunk now, which I couldn't do in 1999. So there you go. Veganism trumps all forms of other diets, because I tried the standard American diet for 43 years and I switched to vegan, and I'm better in every miserable conceivable manner now. So there you go. We're done. Do I experience blood sugar spikes from my diet? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have a glucose monitor. Why? Because I'm not diabetic or pre-diabetic. Unlike, say, Sean Baker, who was had fasting glucose over 130 for multiple blood tests. I've never been over 100, and his hemoglobin A1C was 6% or something like that. No, I don't know what you mean by a sugar spike. I just eat my food, I digest it, and I go about my day. I mean, look I'm 54 years old. Most dudes my age are diabetic or pre-diabetic. I mean, think about it. I've had 7 odd bananas a year now for a day. I'm sorry, 7 bananas a day in my smoothies for 8 years now. Tell that to any low carb, keto, carnivore person. Ask them, hey, what do you think the blood test results, particularly diabetic wise, would be for a 54-year-old man who's had 7, 8 bananas a day for the past 7 years? 8 years, they would say, oh yeah, he's going to be diabetic AF, right? I mean, not a diabetic, not even pre-diabetic. So there goes that. I'm not worried about diabetes because I don't have to. My doctor says, hey, your blood results kick ass. I don't think he said kick ass, but he said they're stellar for a person my age. They're stellar for a person in their 30s. So no. No, why should vegans be monitoring their blood sugar levels daily? We're not diabetic. That's a thing. I mean, when you eat, there's an insulin response that's all normal. Why should we monitor I've talked to medical doctors about this. They say this is weird biohacking that low carbers do. That's completely unnecessary. Why should vegans monitor their blood level, their sugar, if we're not even diagnosed pre-diabetic? It seems like an awful waste of time. What good will that do? Yeah, Carabom, a healthy vegan diet is probably the best way to not only prevent diabetes, but to reverse it in a quick, safe manner. Get you off your diabetes meds. Why would vegans want to monitor their blood sugar when they're not diabetic, when they're doing a healthy diet that reverses and treats diabetes? It's pointless. Think about it. I'm not diagnosed with diabetes or pre-diabetes, so why should I behave like a diabetic does? It's like, it's like saying, hey, you might have lung cancer, so you got to do all these things that lung cancer people are like, no, I don't have that either. Yeah, Giggles, thank you for pointing this out. Yeah, this should go without saying. But yeah, I'm vegan for ethical reasons. It just so happens that it happens to produce wonderful health as well. That's like a nice side bonus. It decreases your greenhouse gas emissions footprint. That's another great side bonus. So yeah, I'm in it because it's just absolutely wrong. It's unnecessary. It's needless to kill animals, especially now in 2021 for food, when you can go to a market and buy rice, beans, potatoes, bananas, whatever you want. Or if you want to get Beyond Burgers or Impossible Burgers to get Carnivore Kate's heme iron, you can do that. I'm laughing at Graven Babies and Race Lover there. Yeah, we are better than vampires. I'm with you there. Totally race. Yeah, we don't need to consume blood, because that's basically what's going on when you're eating the flesh of dead animals. Carnivore Kate, if you're vegan for ethical reasons and sacrifice your health, did you go down with it? What are you talking about? What are you talking? Are you just talking about yourself because you're following like Freely's restrictive juicing diet? I mean, that's not me. Sacrifice my health. My health is better than ever. I showed my blood tests. I have videos up there. Let me just give you the link if you think I'm just full of crap right now. Browse web. I actually may not be able to tell which video it was simply from the title, but I'm gonna take a look here. 1 second. Oh gosh. Maybe this will do it. Blood. Oh no, that's all of YouTube. I just want to see mine. Let's see. Dang it. I'm not seeing where all the videos are. This sucks. Where is the tab that has all the freaking videos? Okay, I lost the search functionality that I had earlier, but my point was my blood tests from 1999 in the thick of my meat eating years are far superior. I'm far worse off than they are now and have been the entire time I'm vegan. If you have terrible IBS every day, go seek a physician's advice and see what he or she says. And if you can, find a vegan gastroenterologist, which I have access to here in Southern California. I know 2 I can go to. So yeah, seek medical advice. Don't go on the internet and see what carnivore people are saying, who are, especially carnivore and keto people on the internet who are not trained in health, not health professionals, not medical doctors or anything like that. Go seek the advice of a vegan gastroenterologist, because a lot of these people, like say Ravana, that had these issues, they didn't follow the advice of their gastroenterologist. They thought they knew better. They didn't want to take the antibiotics, which is, as I understand, a normal course of prescription for treating what she had, which was it an IBS. So yeah, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just saying go to a doctor and see what your doctor says. And if you can, find a plant-based or a vegan one and see what they say. But I didn't see any advice that said, oh, you have to quit being vegan to treat this. Oh, so Carnivore K. So you know better than the vegan gastroenterologist that Ravana visited and actually gave her a course to follow of medication to refer. She said, I know the doctor she went to, it's not that hard. There's not too many vegan gastroenterologists in Southern California. I'm pretty sure I know who she went to. I've talked to her about this. Not about Ravana, but about treating IBS in general as a board-certified gastroenterologist. It's not that hard. Yeah, medications, You can either reverse it or manage it, I'm not sure what, but you can still be vegan. So that's my whole point. Go talk to a medical doctor. Don't listen to Carnivore Kate. Don't listen to me. Go talk to a qualified health professional if you have a serious health issue like that. But to say, oh, just quit being vegan and that will solve your health issue is just complete nonsense. I mean, if you're not a medical doctor, you can't say that. Yes, I know how to catch and release flies, AJ Finish. Let me see if I can make my search tool appear again. Dang, how come I can't search the videos? This sucks. Let's try one more time here. I'm gonna just approach it. Here we go, videos. Maybe I have to come from the start here. Okay. That's the wrong search. I need to search through here. I'll show you the link. First of all, let me find the blood test so Carnivore Kate can see what I'm talking about here. Hopefully I'll find that test here. Damn, I'm not seeing the one I'm thinking of where I compare blood tests from 1999. I'm not seeing that. Damn. Okay, but I can show you how to catch flies. I got that for you here. Okay, fly trap. If you want to know how to kill flies, right here. Let me send you the link to that.
If you want to eat healthy.
Share, copy. Okay, so anyway, we go back to the chat. And if you want to know how to catch and release flies without killing them, check out the video we made back. God, when was this video? It was a long time ago. 2014, in the early days of our channel. Oh, I see other people sharing their tips on how to deal with flies without causing harm, but you're going to cause some harm. Like in the summertime, right now when it's hot and dry out, ants get into the plumbing. So when I turn on my sink or bathtub like I had to today, they come out, they get harmed. Nothing I can do about that. I'm still vegan. It wasn't intentional. They just go places that they shouldn't be going because of the environmental conditions. That's true, Race. If you reach level 999 vegan, you don't have to worry about flies because you have like a psychic, psionic ability to manipulate and control flies from a distance simply by using mental power. So there's something to strive for. Just Google how to achieve level 999 vegan, and just follow it's 7 easy tips, I think it is. Carnivore K, is a vegan that kills fruit flies still vegan? Well, it's a great question, Carnivore K. This is a very valid question. Like say today, I unintentionally, I'm sure I harmed a few ants that came out of my plumbing when I turned on the tub. So let's see what, let's see here. Let's look at the Vegan Society's definition of veganism. It's a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practicable, all forms of cruelty to all forms of exploitation and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. And there's the key word: as far as possible and practicable. Meaning, if you step on a bug when you're out walking, if your car drives over a snail, if you turn on your tub and you harm an ant like I did today, you're still vegan. I mean, what can I do? As far as possible and practical. What I'm saying is we live in an imperfect world. So it's achieving some kind of perfect definition of veganism where zero harm is ever happening, and if so, veganism is null and void. That's not what veganism is. So if you have any of the scenarios I just described there, you're still vegan. You're not harming animals intentionally. If an insect gets harmed, like I said, I'll just stop with that. Peter, thank you. Any diet can make you sick. Yeah, we're talking about vegans that get IBS. I've seen non-vegans get IBS too. If you look up IBS and bowel syndrome, it's not just something vegans get. It's not like a feature of veganism or something exclusive to veganism. So when someone who's not vegan gets IBS, do we say, hey, you should switch to being vegan, right? And so what do you think about that? Carnivore Kate, when a non-vegan gets IBS, should they switch to being vegan? Because obviously their non-vegan diet caused it, right? I'm saying this is the kind of logic that you're using here. You're treating diet exclusively as the cause and assuming that they have to switch to a radically different diet to treat it, rather than just go through like, you know, the treatments that a gastroenterologist would prescribe. So there they go, AJ Vintage, vegan with IBS, but it's better when you eat whole foods. SSH. No, I've never heard of Gus G's guitar tutorial videos. I mean, I watched a few guitar guys on YouTube, but no, I've never heard of Gus G before. At least that name doesn't, like, you know, stick. Maybe I have. Graven babies, you become more compassionate as a vegan. That's a side effect. Yeah. What's that, Dan? What just gets to ridiculousness? What's that? Trying to like define veganism in a way that's completely impossible for any human to ever follow? Then that's, yeah, not a good definition of vegan. Okay, so Shane is what I was talking about there. Shane had IBS and then you went vegan, and if you eat steak, you can't poop. So there you go. There's an example that just, you know, debunks Kate's position there. Vegans have to shop for their food weekly. Well, let me tell you this, Kate. There's a supermarket right down the street from me here, and guess what? There's people in there shopping all the time, and guess what? Probably 98% of them are not vegan. So what are you saying there? Like, you're saying, and is this a bad thing that people buy food on a weekly basis? I mean, that's what normal people do. That's what my mom does. She's not vegan. I mean, what are you saying? There's people at the market every day buying food on a regular basis who aren't vegan. Is this a horrible thing? Are we, like, I don't understand. Your argument is missing something. And vegans have to shop for their food weekly. And therefore, what's the therefore? And then how is that different from non-vegans shopping for their food weekly? Your argument is completely missing. So you can fill in the details if you'd like to. Yeah, honest AF. Weekly shopping is done by I wouldn't say just most people I know who are not vegan shop on a. I mean, here's the thing. I can't remember what it was like before I went vegan. I go to the market just as much. It's no different. I go like once, sometimes twice a week. Okay, Gus G was one of Ozzy's guitarists for many years. Oh, cool. So you heard that, guys. Vegans are somehow bad or wrong or debunked. Veganism has been debunked because we shop at the same frequency as regular people do? Is that the argument I'm hearing there? This is just kind of funny right now, Kate. So yeah, please fill in the details. Let's see. So Stephanie, your sister-in-law goes to the store more than 2 times a week, and she is not vegan. So yeah, Kate, you might want to backpedal from that argument. That's one of the, I've never heard that one before, and to me, that's just kind of one of the silliest arguments against veganism. I don't even know if it's an argument. I don't know if you intend it to be one, but just to say that vegans have to shop once a week is probably one of the weakest things I've ever heard launched or lodged against veganism. Peter actually goes less now as a vegan. Uncle Walt, lucky to have a couple stores I can walk to easy every day if I want. Yeah. Yeah, you're right there, honest AF. I am being trolled by the carnivore Kate person. You're right. I mean, how can anyone seriously say that in a way trying to like weaken veganism? Somehow veganism is not good because some of us shop at a frequency that non-vegans shop at. Anyway, Uncle Walt, yeah, you can go to the beach every day. Does that make you a bad person, huh? Graven Babies, great point. Yeah, vegans put up with clowns more than meat eaters do. And that's one reason why vegans might be a little pissed sometimes. If people didn't say this stupid, and I mean, it's just stupid. These stupid arguments that people, or stupid things that people try to say to weaken or debunk veganism, we'd have to hear that on a near daily basis as I do. We'd probably be a lot happier. So, Kate, you could tell your anti-vegan friend, if he or she really wants to see vegans smiling more and happier, stop making horrible, stupid, crappy videos, just complete nonsense about vegans. But I guess they do it because they try to get some clicks and try to make some money off of it. Am I right there? Why do people assume vegans are communists? I'm sure there's some communist vegans out there. I'm sure there's vegans of every like political theory out there. Oh, SSH, yeah. Shojin, yeah. Sushi restaurant, Little Tokyo. Sage Vegan Bistro, yeah. You know the spots, yeah. Uncle Walt, trolls can be eaten for lunch. They must be vegan. All right, I'm going to make sure I stay hydrated here. But that was an interesting argument. I never heard that one. Veganism is somehow wrong or bad or debunked because we go to the market like once a week. I've never heard that. I'll give some originality points to that one. I thought I heard them all before. That's a whole new one. I still never heard back. Did you guys ever hear what was so wrong? No, there's Kate. Tell me, you never answered the question. Please tell me, Kate, what's wrong with vegans going to the market once a week? You never answer. You can't run away from that one. Don't throw Paul Saladino out there. Please. Paul Saladino wants to get into a debate on vegan nutrition. I encourage him. Me and Dr. Avi will be more than happy to have a debate with Saladino. But anyway, please tell us. You never answered. Why is it bad for vegans to shop once a week at the market? Wow, Twaja, thank you so much for donating $10 there, and especially for donating on Streamlabs, because I get that, and YouTube doesn't take like a 30-40% cut from that. So thanks so much. And I guess we're looking good for some sort of pizza fund tonight, huh? Let me see how that's looking there, Twaja. Let's see. I'm on the wrong page here. Let's see how we are looking for a pizza. Getting close there. See, some people say, when you hear me go high there, I just have a very expressive voice. I sing in a low timbre here, but people say, you have a really high voice. Yeah, I have what's called range. I can sing low. I can go up into a head voice, a throat voice, falsetto. It's called range. But some people say, oh, you have a feminine voice. So I don't know too many people who can sing baritone that get called having a feminine voice. But anyway, yeah, produce. We might do pizza night. The only thing that might stop me is I've been having trouble all week with my garage door opener. It's malfunctioning. It kind of works. Sometimes it doesn't. So it makes leaving the house something I really got to think about. Like, do I really want to F with that garage door opener? I've been working to get someone here to fix it or put in a new one. And I think it's going to happen Monday. So it depends if I want to F with the headache that I've been getting from the garage door opener. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I really got to weigh it out. Is it worth it to deal with that? Okay, so as we wait for Carnivore Kate to elaborate on her argument why it's wrong or bad for vegans to shop once a week at a market, we'll do some more questions here. Let's see, Little Hottie, they probably have never eaten as much fiber, so their body is naturally cleaning out. I'm sure if given the opportunity, their body would naturally regulate. What are you talking about? There are people who are like not vegan and actually start eating a lot of plants at first. Yeah, I know I don't have a feminine voice. I know that from what my vocal range is. Yeah, I know. Just people make up anything to try to like make you feel bad. Like, no, I'm a musician. I'm a music producer. I know what my singing range is. I don't sing in a feminine register or anything like that. I can sing down low. Hear these low tones I'm in. That's my natural voice. But I can't go high like that when I get excited like that. Doesn't mean I'm feminine or have a feminine voice. Nothing wrong with that. You know, if you have either of those attributes, cool. I'm just talking about myself. Hey, Michael Jackson, thanks for taking some money out of that multi-million dollar royalty stash, and he got there, Michael Jackson. Thanks for the super chat tip there, much appreciated. Yeah, it is funny, huh, Uncle Walt? Your point was veganism cannot be sustained in many parts of the world. It's a privilege in a way. Well, do you live in one of these parts of the world, Kate? If not, I wouldn't worry about it. I'm not talking to people who live out in the jungle with no electricity, no refrigeration. I'm talking to people who can watch YouTube right now. So what I'm hearing is this. Veganism, I can't go vegan. I don't want to go vegan because there might be some people who I've never met in my entire life who live somewhere I've never been in my entire life that might not have a supermarket or a store where they can buy, like, legumes and grains and greens. I'm not saying these places in the world don't exist. I can't name one off the top of my head, but you can't say veganism is a privilege because of that. Because what do vegans eat? What do you think we're eating? We're eating like Beyond Burgers all day? I mean, people have to buy food. So even if you live in one of these like not weird, but it's just like, a third world country that doesn't have like, a big market like I can go to, they still have to buy food somewhere, right? Unless they're doing subsistence hunting, and then you're talking about like a 0.001% of the human population. But my point is, what is cheaper? If you're truly impoverished and you need to get by in like $1 a day, you're not buying meat, right, Carnivore Kate? I mean, what are you doing? What are you eating? You're eating grains, you're eating legumes, you're putting maybe a little bit of greens off it. This is how people get by on $1 or $2 a day. Billions of people throughout the world who can't afford these foods that Western diets promote. So no, veganism is not a privilege. But yeah, I agree. There are some people in some parts of the world that don't have access to markets in the way that I have. But again, if they are poor, they can't afford meat, because in these impoverished countries, their governments, unlike ours here, our crappy government, those governments don't take the taxpayers' money and subsidize and drive down the cost of meat as they do here. So meat is actually market price there. It costs what it ought to cost. So you're trying to tell me that rice and grains and legumes and potatoes, stuff like that, actually costs more than meat? Because that is completely 100% patently false. Goji Man Peter did a 3 pounds British pounds a day eating challenge. Yeah, it could totally be done. Totally be done. So Carnivore Clay, he's saying veganism is null and void because if he dropped a vegan in the woods, they wouldn't survive. I mean, if you're talking about a survival situation, that's different. Remember, it means avoiding animal products as far as possible and practical. So if your plane crashes in the woods and you haven't had any food for like a month, that's not what veganism is about. It doesn't say, and you have to die in the woods or anything like that. Is that what you're saying? So you want to debunk veganism because of extreme survival situations or something like that? Thanks for timing that out, Race Lover. That's just ridiculous. So I'm hearing it's a privilege. What was it again? I want to see that comment though. It was, I think they're all hidden away. Anyway, but you raise a point, Age Advantage. A vegan could find mushrooms and berries, depending on what woods you're in, what season you are in these woods, how cold it was. Is it spring? Is it summer? Is it winter time? But there are plant foods to be found in the woods as well. But that doesn't debunk veganism. That if you're like stuck in a survival situation in a desert or woods, your goal is to get out alive, not die. Yeah, it's an extraneous and extreme situation. You can't debunk veganism by imagining with your fantastical, raging mind some kind of hypothetical, extreme survival situation. Yeah, being stuck in the woods. Yeah, you can eat berries in the woods. You're right, Peter. Again, it depends on the season. If you can find edible berries when you have this hypothetical being stranded in the woods thing. Oh, rain, Jay. I wish we'd get some rain here big time. That sounds amazing. William, yeah, I would love to come up to Portland sometimes. Angie's brother's up there. That'd be awesome. I know they got a lot of great restaurants for us to check out in Portland. There you go, Race. I'll survive all these pretend lions. They have no idea what they're really up against. Uncle Walt. Race has short tolerance. Yeah, we gave her enough room here to distract our live stream. I've just been entertaining her because I'm giving her some kudos for some of these. Just her points are just so like silly that they're kind of entertaining, you know. But what about people that live in a part of the world that don't have a market? Well, still gotta buy food, right? And they're not buying meat if they're that poor. Because veganism is a privilege. How come I eat peasant food? I'm a proud eater of peasant food. Are you guys too? I mean, what is more peasant food than like legumes and grains and potatoes? You know, this is peasant food. I eat peasant food on a daily basis, and I'm damn proud of it. And for people to call it a diet of privilege, like, really? If you ate rice and potatoes and legumes and all the time, you wouldn't think it was a privilege. It's peasant food. Wow, you got rain in Irvine last night. Gosh, we could use some of that. Damn, lucky. Yeah, foraging. Yeah, if you have the skill of foraging, yeah, you could. I've seen people forage in like Los Angeles and downtown. They know which weeds are edible. So, yeah, you could survive in a survival situation, as Kate was suggesting. Yeah, we need trolls to play with Uncle Wall. I have to admit, they are sometimes, if I'm in the right mood, kind of entertaining. You know, kind of playful, you know. I don't want to sound like I'm God Almighty. I feel like a cat, like, playing with, like, a lizard or something like that, you know. Not vegan. I'm just saying that's what they do. Yeah, peasant food, Harry. It's called peasant food. You know, I say that a little tongue in cheek, but it's true. It's peasant food. You know, when we look at our book, we're eating like peasant food from around the world, basically, because we can do that in the United States. We can get food recipes and ingredients from around the world and turn our own, you know, make their peasant food. So if you collect all the world's various cultures' peasant foods, that's a pretty diverse, you know, large array of foods that you can eat. And that's what our books are here, basically, you know, all the great, you know, peasant foods around the world, and we make them tasty. Oh, Kung Fu Gym. No, it happens this time of year, August, September, October, monsoonal, moisture. It's like a monsoonal flow that comes from like Arizona direction, and it drifts towards the coast and gets weaker and weaker and weaker. By the time it gets here, usually there's not much of any rain, but you get like cool clouds, and it can make days more humid too, but that's what it is, a monsoonal flow that happens in this late summer, early autumn. You're a peasant, right on. So, Kate, so when you're vegan, you're disconnected from nature, you go to the store for food. Huh. So you're saying all these people who are not vegan, who go to the market, you're not calling them disconnected from nature? So I'm telling you, at our market here, I'm sure like at least 98% of the patrons at our supermarket are not vegans. So if anyone's disconnected from nature, it's non-vegans, because they outnumber us like 20-1 or something like that. I think my math's roughly there. Anyway, you get my point. This is ridiculous. We're going back to the supermarket thing. And who says you have to like go to markets? I mean, if you're in certain parts of the world, just walk by a mango tree, a banana tree. You don't have to go to the market. Just eat the fruit. Try doing that with animals. You can just walk through the streets of, like, say, I don't know, Costa Rica, and just kill a cow and eat it. I doubt it, right? You know, that's just effed up S. But if you see a banana or a mango tree, you can have meals. So, you know, you're not disconnected from nature. This is just a nonsense argument. Again, how about all the non-vegans shopping at the market? This is completely ridiculous. Kate, are you just here to entertain me? Because if so, you're succeeding. Yeah, what about the vegans who have gardens? Yeah, we had a pretty sizable garden at one point back when we started our channel. What about that, you know? But yeah, non-vegans, when they go to the market, they get a free pass, right? Just like when Joe Rogan looks bad for his age, he gets a free pass. Me, I get a little wrinkle or spot. Oh, vegans age prematurely, blah, blah, blah. So when vegans go to the market, it's because we're disconnected from nature. But when everyone I know who's not vegan goes to the market, they get a free pass. See, this is ridiculous. Um, Well, you're talking about people that live off the food you hunt. So really, carnivore Kate, you live near like 100% off the food that you hunt yourself. Awesome. Well, what about the vegan? And that, that's not true of most meat eaters. You know that. You know you're talking about like a fraction of a percent of people who can subside on pretty much solely food that they have gotten themselves. So you're making a weird example, because there is still but let's say it's 0.1% of meat eaters do that. I don't even think it's that high, but I'm sure there's 0.1% of vegans who do that as well, who subside off food that is grown in their gardens or live in a tropical region and can eat fruit that grows there on trees. So what's your point? Vegans can do that too if they want, in a small fraction of a percent, just like meat eaters can. There's nothing special about what you're doing there. And if you try to scale that up to like 99% of the world going out and hunting all their food that they subside on, there's not enough of that. There's not enough land mass to have animals running wild for people to shoot and eat for 8 billion people. I mean, here in a city, with like a few million people, where are we going to go? We're not going to roam the downtown corridor and start shooting wild geese or something like that. That's crazy. Yeah, good point. There's a probably better chance that more vegans are self-sustaining than meat eaters are. So again, you're talking about just like a fraction of percent of the people, and I'm sure there's probably more vegans that can self-sustain too. So that's a messed up point. Again, veganism is a moral decision, a moral stance against cruelty to animals. Nowhere in the definition of veganism does it say, and you have to grow all your own food and self-sustain and not harm bugs. All these things that Kate keeps throwing out, and never go to supermarkets. It doesn't say that. We're normal people. We go to markets just like non-vegans do. I don't want to say that non-vegans are normal people. You know what I'm talking about, though. This is ridiculous. Good point, G-Light. Could we hunt, would you like someone to hunt your family member? Because that's what I'm hearing. Just go out and hunt living things. She never said it didn't have to be an animal. It could be a human, right? Can we hunt humans, especially if they're not that intelligent? Because that's an argument I hear why humans have the right to hunt, because animals are less intelligent than us. So if I make sure a person's IQ is say 30, 40 points less than mine, which there are a lot out there, then it's okay to hunt them? Is that what I'm getting the blessing to do? Just curious. Yeah, Matt the vegan, as far as possible and practicable, is reducing or eliminating harm as much as possible and practical. That's what veganism is. It doesn't say we have to grow our own food or any of these other extraneous things that a non-vegan is insisting vegans must follow. Graven, you're watching wrestling right now. Awesome. Watch a little live stream of Ryan and some wrestling. Awesome. Yeah, I'm with you, Kung Fu Film, because, I don't have to go to the market on a weekly basis. I want to get some fresh greens, but I buy giant... I talk about this all the time. I go to the Asian markets in Cerritos, California. You know what I'm talking about, Kung Fu Jim. You could probably do that in Irvine, too. Go to Ranch 99, which you guys have in Irvine. Buy a giant, like a 10 or 20-pound sack of rice, and that lasts me for months. I don't have to keep going to the store and buy a 20-pound sack of rice. It lasts a long time. I get white rice. I get brown rice. I get basmati rice from the Indian grocery markets in Cerritos. I go to the market and get a big 20-pound sack of potatoes that'll last you weeks, maybe a month, I don't know, until they go bad. I mean, you don't have to go to the store all the time. Just stock up, bring it home. I mean, that's what the carnivore people are doing too, right? The ones you said they buy an entire cow, they stock up and they eat it incrementally. Vegans could do the same thing too. You're not special. So I think we're done with Carnivore Kate. She's just throwing weird stuff out here. I think we've entertained her long enough. So Kate, I'm going to ask you kindly and politely. I've enjoyed our conversations here. You've amused me. And I think after communicating with you for a half hour plus, I think I'm over it and want to address other issues. So I ask you very respectfully and kindly if you want to hang out, chill out, cool. But yeah, no more just throwing these ridiculous, I don't even want to call them arguments. That gives them too much respect. Just no more nonsense about vegans and all this stuff you've been saying. If you want to hang out, like I said, cool. But if you do come back with another anti-vegan piece of nonsense like that, I give our moderators full, what's the word? Blessing to first give you a timeout warning, and then after that, block you. But I don't think we'll have to do that, Kate, because you seem like you understand what's going on here. So yeah, we've indulged you enough. We're gonna move on to other stuff. All right, no hard feelings. It's all good. Just saying, I'm gonna throw down the hammer though if you don't follow my respectful request there. Yeah, AJ Vintage. Yeah, if you store 20 pounds of rice, you can go for months with that. So I'm saying I don't need to go to the store every day and buy rice because I have it here. I don't need to go buy potatoes. I got it here. Will we ever do a song on this channel? Yeah, totally, Uncle Walt. Yeah, just not right now. Okay, I don't want to get into politics right now, but yeah, what's going on in Texas is effed up, is all I can say. Like, private citizens suing other private citizens for $10,000. Like, what the hell is this? But that's all I'm going to say about that. Especially on such a hot button topic like that. You know, I just got out of Carnivore Kate's stuff. I don't want to get into something else like that right now. New Leaf, a real vegan. Real New Leaf. Have you ever had New Leaf? Have you ever had Impossible Burgers or just egg before? Just curious. Devil's Advocate movie. Is that an attorney movie? Is that a Keanu Reeves or Robert De Niro or something like that? Let me know if I'm thinking of the right one there, Uncle Walt. Yep, Jen, you don't need a fridge to store rice and legumes. That's for sure. Hey, Kung Fu Jim, you went to the Poncho's Vegan Tacos right here in Long Beach. Had the jackfruit burrito. Yeah, we take out from there all the time. I don't think we've actually set in there and dined in. It's pretty close to us. Like, you know, maybe 5 minutes or something like that. So we just bring it home and eat it on our porch or whatever. But yeah, we just get a simple basic rice and bean burrito. I don't want all the jackfruit or the fake carne asada or whatever that stuff is. That's cool, but I like my peasant food, right? I practice what I preach. I love rice. I like beans. I don't need all the other fancy stuff. So yeah. Carnivore. Okay, I'll answer this last question, and then we'll move on. Why am I opposed to eating animals? I've stated I don't necessarily disagree with veganism. Why can't vegans not be open-minded? Well, here's the thing. I'm opposed to eating animals because... Oh, SNH. I'll answer the question in a sec. SSH. Have I tried Lobo Cuban? Yeah, totally. They're a food vendor, like a pop-up. They do Cuban food, as the name implies. They're really good. Yeah, we see them around town. I don't think I've gotten anything from them from quite a while, since there haven't been too many pop-ups lately. Until now, they're starting up again. But yeah, they're really good too. They're friends of mine. I wouldn't say buds, but I like them. They like me. They help support me in my campaign for city council. So yeah, totally. Yeah, local Cuban. Lobo Cuban here in Long Beach. Yeah, they don't have a restaurant, but look for them in the pop-ups. But back to Kate's question. Make sure I answer the right question. Why am I opposed to eating animals? Here's why, Kate. It's why I went vegan in the first place. It's absolutely unnecessary to kill and harm and kill animals in order for me to live. Let me repeat that because it's going right past you. It's 100% unnecessary for my being alive entailing that animals get raised for slaughter, throat slit or shot in the brain, whatever, in order for me to live. I have been living and thriving on 100% diet of plants for like almost 11 years now. So it's absolutely needless to kill animals. So why am I opposed? Why am I not open-minded? Well, because unless you think killing animals is cool, it gets you off or something like that, why would you intentionally choose a lifestyle that necessitated that animals be killed for you? Why are you so awesome that animals are your slaves and subjects that you can do as you want, kill them just for no reason? Because you don't need animals to live. It's 100% unnecessary. I'm sure you'll cite some weird medical condition that, whatever your excuse is going to be. You've been throwing everything in the kitchen sink. And I've yet to hear any medical name of a medical condition that necessitates that a person has animal protein or animal fat in their diet, or they'll get disease or die or something like that. Maybe there is such a condition. I'm allowing the possibility that might exist. And if so, it probably affects like 0.001% of people, because I've never heard of it yet. And don't say kwashiorkor. That's a deficiency of nutrition. It's not a deficiency of protein. It's a caloric deficit ran over a long time. So it's 100% unnecessary to kill animals for food. So why would you intentionally want animals to die for you when we could just do what we do, eat plants and be thriving and healthy? Why would you want animals to die for you when you don't have to? The only answer I could think is if you enjoy animal cruelty. You think it's cool. You think it's morally fine to harm animals. And I mean, most people are not into harming animals, so I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, why you would want to do that, but it's 100% unnecessary to harm animals for food. Peter. Oh, thanks for the super chat tip there, Peter. Eating our way to extinction. No, tell me more about it, and what streaming service can I see this on? So Race, yeah, thanks. I saw Kate left some more messages, and I said no more, but I did answer that one question because I think it's very clear. If a person and people, not just me, I'm not like some weirdo or something like that. Well, some people think I am, right? But if people can not only survive, but actually thrive on a diet that is morally against animal cruelty, against killing animals, why would anyone want to pick anything else? There's got to be some like just ridiculous reasons. So that's why vegans are not open-minded to people. Let's just all be open-minded. No, why? I mean, it's like being open-minded to rape or murder, which happens to animals too. I'm talking about for on people. Like, no, I'm not open to people. Why don't you just allow rapists to rape once every week or month? It's cool, or it's like that. I have the same moral conviction against rapists and murderers as I do against harming animals, because it's absolutely needless and it violates the rights of a sentient being. Just like murder, rape, animal killing, slaughter, it's the exact same thing. Harming a sentient being, treating it like an object, exploiting their own personal right to be and not get effed with. Hey, Atomic Vegan, thank you. I guess it is going to be a pizza night there. Thanks so much for the kind super chat tip there.
Horseman night. Thank you for all you do, Ryan.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, and appreciate using Streamlabs too, because they don't take a cut. So thanks so much. Okay, so Veganist saying Kate Winslet narrates Eating Our Way to Extinction. Meat, dairy, eggs are wrecking the planet. Cool. And okay, it's a trailer on YouTube. Cool. I'm sure you guys will tell me if you hear about it before I do when it's out. So please let me know. Matt the Vegan, stop being a biatch and just eat plants. I'm quoting Snoop Dogg there on the B word. Gin and juice. You guys know that song, right? Graven Babies, you're so open-minded, you changed your entire lifestyle. Yeah, that's there you go about vegans not being open-minded. We're so open-minded that we decided that our moral convictions are so strong, we didn't mind having to change our lifestyles and learning a few new dishes and, a few little odd lifestyle tinkerings. It's not that hard to be vegan. Yeah, you know that song, Matt. Yeah, lay back. Um, I think she's gone plant-based powered. Yeah, if she comes back and says anything more nonsense, we will block Kate. But Kate, if you just want to hang out and not like say any nonsense, just watch. That's cool. Or if you want to say non-trolly things, that's cool too. But I'm drawing the line there. No more. Yeah, we saw Produce Not Pills, the Trader Joe's vegan pizza, but we didn't get it yet. I think if I remember looking at it, I was just, I look for high saturated fat. I'm trying to keep an eye on that, so LDL cholesterol, trying to keep an eye on that. And I decided, okay, I have that stuff sometimes, but I didn't want to do it with that vegan Trader Joe's pizza. You're right, Uncle Walt. It sure doesn't suck being vegan. Our 40 IQ man, are you really 140? Because we were talking about is it right to eat sentient beings who are significantly less intelligent than you? So you have a lot of humans you could eat. I'm just being facetious there because that's kind of the carnivore or meat eater argument I hear sometimes. Anyway, our nature fruits, aren't all fruits from nature and vegetables more natural? That's what you're trying to say. Are natural fruit, and aren't they all natural, more healthier, I should say healthier or more healthy than man-made GMO genetically altered plants? I'm not a huge fan of GMO foods, to be honest with you, probably because I'm old school and I know that I'm thinking of how Monsanto, what they do. I'm saying they have a business model that they're trying to just exploit and make as much money as possible. We don't need to have like genetically modified corn, BT corn. Regular corn is just as good. It doesn't have any advantages. There's no need for GMO foods. That said, I'm allowing the possibility that there could be some genetic technology tweaks that genetic technologists could do to a food that might not be bad. Might not be done for capitalist or profit reasons that might make the plant health even better somehow. I'm not sure. I have to see when I'm just allowing that's a possibility. But right now, yeah, I'm not a big fan of GMO foods. But if you like them, cool. I'm just saying myself personally. I don't think, GMO corn is better. It tastes better than like the bicolor corn I get at like the market. It tastes worse actually. The bicolor corn is way better. But GMO food is usually of a lower quality. I like dank produce. I like dank fruits and vegetables, and the GMO stuff is not dank. It's great for I guess for non-human use, I suppose, and we're against animal agriculture, obviously. Oh, we have someone else that doesn't like vegans. Vegans act like their way is the only right way, which is not the case. That's why they are anti-vegans. When they left veganism, they were shunned and looked down on. It's definitely not right. So do you have a question or anything you're trying to say there, John, other than expressing that you think that some vegans act like their only way, like their way is the only way? Like who? Which vegans? Do all vegans think that? Or some? I mean, I don't hear anything other than some kind of complaint. If you have a specific proposition, something that's true or false that you'd like to examine, throw it out there, but just don't come here and bitch at us that you don't like vegans because some vegans, when they left, they were shunned. Well, let's talk about some vegans that left that were shunned because they just had the stupidest reasons for quitting. I already talked about this earlier on with Carnivore Kate. Like these people that were vegans that left, they weren't like following a sensible, balanced vegan diet. They were doing stupid, extreme, restrictive dieting, raw food only for like multiple years, juice fasts all the time, just drinking juice, for months at a time, drinking urine. What other silly things? Things that have nothing to do with being vegan. Well, that's Vegan Gains. Just because Vegan Gains is really harsh and mean and kind of sociopathic, and I say that objectively, I think he admits to that. He doesn't have normal feelings. His brain is not wired like, say, mine is. So just because Vegan Gains was mean in his response to John Venus, did you see mine? If not, I'll give you the link right now. You can watch it. Mine, as always, I never do personal attacks. I never call people stupid or anything like that. I do critical thinking breakdowns. I look at what people say and I look at them with these statements under the light of critical thinking and fact checking to see if these claims stand water. And John Venus's reasons for not being vegan were completely ridiculous. And I say that in the most scientific way possible. So let's look. I'll give you the link to mine. His Vegan Gains isn't the only YouTuber in the world. He's not the only vegan in the world. Let's see. So here's my video.
Being vegan just got a whole lot.
I'll give you the link here, so watch it. And you can see a vegan respond in a more objective manner than Vegan Gains did, I'm sure. And but I'm still not being like treating him like he's royal or a god. I called him out on his nonsense. Like one of his arguments is he couldn't be vegan because he said, let me get back to the right window here. John said he didn't want to be vegan anymore because he wasn't sure if his kid should be vegan. So therefore, he himself shouldn't be vegan. It makes zero sense. If he's exploring what's like a great diet for his kid and he's questioning if veganism is a healthy diet for kids, and it is, because all you have to do is see what like scientists say. He was trying to figure this crap out on his own. And no offense to John, but he's not like the brightest person in the universe. Why don't you look at the position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics? This is their official position paper after reviewing over 100 scientific studies, peer-reviewed studies on the matter, governmental publications. And so this isn't them just making crap up. It says right here, it's appropriately planned vegetarian and vegan diets, appropriately planned, not fasting and crap like that, raw food. They're healthful, nutritionally adequate, and they are appropriate all stages of life, including infancy. So John didn't have to go on like some kind of exploration like he's in the Wizard of Oz trying to discover something. He just needed to maybe just talk to someone like me and understand that this is the official position of one of the largest groups of health professionals in the world. So there you go. Yeah, that's why I called John out. First of all, it's vegan diets are adequate or appropriate for children. Secondly, even if it weren't appropriate for children, why should an adult quit being vegan? It makes zero sense. It's like, my friend Fred can't be vegan, so therefore I can't be vegan. There's no connection. It's irrelevant. No, John, that's not PubMed. You want to see the entire position paper? I'll show it to you. But this is just the summary. Gosh. Okay, so if I show you the entire study, not on PubMed is just... I'll show you the entire study and I'll link it to you since you're being such a stickler for this here. Let's see. Okay, no, that one's just the abstract too. This one says PDF, so I might be able to get the whole thing here for you. It wants to download it. Okay, I'm going to find you the entire article because I know it's online. I just forgot which link has it all. I've shown it many a time. That wants to send me the PDF as well. Full text links. Here we go. Dang, can someone do me a favor here? I want to do this all day. Can someone find me the more than just the abstract, the full paper? It's like, dozens and dozens of pages of sites, 117 references, scientific references to show our person here that this is not just PubMed. This is a published paper, well-researched paper. Anthony, no, I'm not really a big fan of prog rock, unless you count like Pink Floyd as prog rock, which I don't. English isn't his first language, useless endeavor. Either way, okay, if someone, they can't paste the link, huh? Why am I having trouble finding the link here? This is not like me. I'm usually pretty good. I usually find it all the time. Let me try one more time here. Let me see if maybe just if I go back to it sucks. Yeah. Well, I'll download the PDF and we can just look at it here for a second. So, I can't get that on my window here. Ah, crap. Oh well, I'm over it. So anyway, trust me, it exists. It's not just a PubMed abstract. It's an entire freaking study. So anyway, yeah, just because Vegan Gains was mean in his response to John Vegan doesn't mean veganism is null and void. You're just talking about one person, one example, and one person who, I'm not saying this again, not in a mean way, but has some sociopathic, self-admitted sociopathic tendencies. Why don't you try to review my video and then see if that makes veganism null and void? My response to John Venus. Oh man, was there a nice sunset tonight, Uncle Walt? I didn't see it. I was busy setting up in here. Bummer. Food grade diatom. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is, Joe King. Debate Bart K. He should debate. He's a scientist, right? Why does he want to debate an ethical vegan? If he wants to talk science, I'm not the person to talk to. I'm first to admit I'm not a scientist. I'm not a researcher. I don't publish studies. If he wants to talk science, there's plenty of people that do that. Like say Dr. Avi. For one, why don't they start there? I remember when Dr. Avi was trying to set up a debate with Bart, and Bart had this whole list of demands, and if each condition wasn't fulfilled, he wouldn't do it. So I saw what happened there. So there's an appropriate debate there. People who are trained in science and medicine should have a debate. I'm a philosopher, a logician, and an ethical vegan, and I know Bart K is not a logician or a philosopher. I've seen him try to make arguments, and they're pretty not good, let's say. That's my opinion. If you disagree, that's your opinion. So anyway, why would he want to debate an ethical vegan? Does he have some arguments against ethical veganism? If he's going to throw scientific stuff out, I'm not in a position to respond. So yeah, have a trained medical doctor like say Avi debate him. That's that would be appropriate. But if he wants to debate ethical veganism, I'll see what he has to say. If he wanted to debate a proposition, a logical proposition about it's morally wrong to harm animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose, that's my wheelhouse. Yeah, Race, I would love to see Avi tie up Bart in a debate because that's the thing. A scientist debating a scientist. That's an appropriate debate there. If you're going to talk about science, why would a scientist want to debate a musician about science? You know what I'm saying? That's just totally ridiculous. Well, thank you, Joe. But still, I don't put myself out there in a position as a scientist. I can't sit there and talk about, was this the right confidence interval? It should have been a p-value of 0.01 or 0.05. I don't have the qualifications to debate technicalities of science and study design. Not my wheelhouse. Wasn't, what I majored in. Even though I did almost minor in research psychology, but that's irrelevant. That's not even close to the kind of rigorous education a proper doctor or scientist gets. Hey, Johnny, how's it going? You didn't get notified. I just remember I'm always coming on at 6 on Fridays. Well, cool. If your wife is watching too, thanks. Good. I'm glad you guys are here with me right now. Awesome. Stay as long as you want. I know if you got stuff and it's late out there on the East Coast. I don't know what to say about that, Kay. That sounds pretty complicated there. the pizza tonight. Yeah, we're getting pretty freaking close to pizza fun tonight. Let me look at the how the tips are coming along again. Let's see. Yeah, that's about the threshold for pizza tonight as far as the super chat tips go. So yeah, we'll see. I tell you, the biggest issue for me is if I want to deal with opening up my garage to get there, because I'm having my garage door opener, which is about 15 years old, is malfunctioning. It doesn't work right. It kind of opens and it stops and it gets frozen. I have to unplug it. I have to do all this crap to leave the house. I have to really weigh out the pros and cons of using it twice, once to leave, once to come back. You know, that's 4 open closes. Do I want to deal with that right now? It's going to be repaired on Monday. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes on. How do you tip? Oh, I tip on the app, if you're asking how I tip for the pizza. Oh, how do you tip for here, George? I look at the very top on the right-hand side of the live chat there. I have a comment pinned up top from us where you can tip on Streamlabs, which is my preferred place for tips because they don't take anything. If you want, though, down below the live chat, there's a $sign. You should see that, and that's YouTube's mechanism for leaving a super chat tip. They take like 30-40%, something like that. So either way, it's all good. Delivery. I'll think about that, Uncle Walt. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure what to think about that. All right, I see some good answers there from Race Lever. I saw the question that you're answering there for me, Race. Thank you. How to deal with non-vegan family members and friends. My 2 cents is just be cool to them. I mean, meaning like, you know, don't come off as like, you know, like what they say Vegan Gains does, you know, just be cool, be nice. You know, I try to give them information, educate them, inform them without being like, you know, like you're a bad person kind of thing. Because once you... Not to say that's what Richard does or anything. I'm just saying my tactic is to have them leave the conversation with a positive feeling, a positive notion of what veganism is. Like, hey, I can do that. That's cool. I see Ryan doing it. He's doing fine. Yeah, I want them to come away with something like that. Then, man, that Ryan guy's a dick. I don't want to be a vegan. Then they're not going to go vegan. You want them to, yeah, I know I'm not going to convince someone to go vegan right away, but I know I can give them good information that they will take away with them in a positive manner. So when they encounter more vegan information in the future, they'll add to that and they'll have a positive reaction to that future information. They'll want to take it in rather than repel it away and say, oh, you vegans are dicks. Oh, thank you, I can't even pronounce your name, QCN Support. Thank you so much. Okay, Johnny. Okay, you took my challenge up there. You asked your grandmother and wife if you smelled after eating garlic. Both said no, so she wanted me to ask. Here's my counter response, John. I'm glad you did that. Thanks for sharing that. So I believe you. I'm not saying I don't believe. I totally believe you. But you might have already had garlic before, so you might have like a baseline, like just on a scale of 1 to 10 of garlic smell. You might already always be a 3, and that's like your normal. So if you had more garlic, it probably wouldn't add much to it. Just a guess. I don't know, but yeah, maybe you don't. You know, maybe my biology is more just doesn't like garlic. Yeah, Eric, thanks, AJ. Yeah, Eric Berg thinks a lot of strange things, like carbs are bad and bananas will kill you. So if he thinks dairy butter is healthy, he's on his own on that one. Well, John Burns, you know there's vegan versions of everything out there right now. It's 2021, you know, so you can have a vegan version of anything you want, you know, so that's not a good excuse. I mean, I'm sure rapists love to rape people, right? They enjoy it, but they're violating someone's rights. So just because you love bacon, that's not some kind of moral justification to make it right, to kill that animal, to get the thing that causes you pleasure. Some murderers probably get pleasure out of the act of murdering, but they're totally violating someone's, sentient beings' free rights and right to live. So yeah, just because something brings you pleasure, a lot of horrible things can bring people pleasure, and that's not a moral justification to do any of those actions. Yeah, you get vegan bacon now. That's my point. 2021 now, there's no any food you think you have to give up being vegan. No, there's something of it now, and it tastes good. And I thought I saw one of the big companies, was it Beyond or someone like that is coming out with some kind of bacon product soon too. So there's going to be more and more options. How do you know, John Burns? Have you had these vegan versions? Which ones did you have? And John, if you're just here to like troll and poo-poo on vegans, that's not what this live stream's about. So just giving you a warning here. Behave a little better. So you're saying you can't be vegan. That's what you're saying though, John Burns. You can't be vegan because the taste pleasure of bacon is so great. So is that a justification to kill an animal? Just answer that question, John Burns. Because something brings you pleasure, that's what makes it right to kill a living being. Just answer that before you go any further. Answer that, yes or no. Yes, that is justification, taste pleasure. So let's see what he says. Yep, there you go, Joe King. Anyone who says that vegan bacon tastes like cardboard, that's a surefire sign that they've never had it, or at least they haven't had it in like 5 years. Maybe 5-10 years ago it sucked, but now in 2021, there's a kick-ass version. Race Lever, even Race Lever hasn't tried it. He's level 999 vegan, remember, John and everyone. Race Lever hasn't even tried all the vegan bacon options. I've never tried all the vegan bacon options, but John Burns, an anti-vegan, has. Okay, so if something so he says yes, if something brings you pleasure, that's justification. So how about raping? I'm sure the rapist receives pleasure and raping his victim, imposing his power and violating a sentient living being. So if it brings pleasure to the rapist, that's fine too. That's the same argument you're saying. If something brings the doer of an action pleasure, that action, no matter how much it violates an independent sentient being's rights to not be raped, rights to live, it's cool. It's because it brings someone pleasure. That's the argument I'm hearing. So you're saying that's your justification for killing animals, because it brings you pleasure. Yep, Johnny. Yep. Let me show that. Yeah, serial killer, the same thing. If a murderer is a serial killer, meaning they kill multiple people, then that means they get something out of it. So, and they often rape their victims too. So a serial killer who rapes their victims, kills them as well, that it's justified because they receive pleasure in these actions. No, it's not an exaggeration. It's the same justification, John Burns. Because, okay, if you don't like rape, let's talk about murder. Because murdering a human, murdering an animal, if it brings you pleasure, justifies you. You know, the bacon pleasure justifies the animal being killed. If a serial killer receives pleasure in the raping and murdering of his victim, it's usually a dude, right, that's perpetrating the crime, then that's the justification. It's the same argument. If it brings you pleasure, it's right. Taryn O'Neill, yeah, try benevolent bacon if you've never had that one. But he said he's tried them all, and every last one tastes exactly the same, which is the taste of cardboard, which I find really hard to believe. So John, what do you think? Yeah, that's your argument, right? If something brings pleasure, that's the justification for doing that action. It justifies violating the rights of an independent, sentient, living being who doesn't want to be raped or doesn't want to be killed, right? As long as it brings you pleasure, it's okay. Good point, July. There's no point in reasoning with him because he wants to eat his animal bacon regardless. Good point, Uncle Walt. Zombies love eating brains. It brings zombies pleasure. All right, you're just throwing crap out now. Now he's talking about almond milk here. Put him in timeout. I've done many videos on this, John Burns. So let me go give you the link to the video I made comparing the water usage of almond milk compared to and I'm talking about California, because like California grows like 98% of the almonds for the entire country, but we don't produce like 98% of the country's meat or anything. So I'm going to show you, oops, I misspelled it. I'll show you my video here. Here we go.
I guarantee.
All right, so I'm going to give you the link, and you can watch. I linked to a study from University of California, Davis, which is here in California, but in the agricultural heartland. That's where the city of Davis is in. And they compared water usage needed to produce certain crops, like feed crops for cattle. Let me paste the link here. And they compared it, like, say, to almonds. And almonds, water usage for almonds was literally like a drop in the bucket compared to the water usage needed to produce the feed crops for cattle. And again, we produce here like 98% of the country's almonds and like just like dozen percent maybe of the country's meat. So yeah, water usage, you can't go on that one. So anyway, I put them in timeout, but you can watch the video while you're in timeout here. You're just throwing crap out here. Do you think I don't know this stuff? I've had this channel since 2013. You think you're just gonna come here and just like just throw something out here that I've never heard before? Well, I guess Carnivore Erin or whatever, Karen did that to me when she said like vegans go to the market once a week and that's somehow a bad thing. You know, I've never heard that one before. Anyway, he's timed out and he can watch the video and tell me what he thinks now that he sees that water usage, the water required to produce 98% of the country's almonds is a drop in the bucket compared to like what it takes to produce maybe 10% of the country's meat. Oh, thank you, Henrique. Thank you so much. Well, we're talking afterlife, race lover. Yeah, if there's no afterlife for animals, then it's more valuable to them to not be just needlessly killed, and this is their only chance at existence. But that's not an argument. Like animals have no afterlife. You don't know that. You have no idea. You're just making crap up. You have no idea if animals have an afterlife or not. That's not a known fact by any stretch. Lying carnivores, huh, Uncle Walt? You see it. You see what's going on, Uncle Walt. You've seen enough of the live streams. You see these just wacky, zany arguments, if you want to call them that meat eaters and carnivores and anti-vegan they just throw crap on the wall. I tried to have him explain his justification for eating meat being based on pleasure and how that allows murder and rape to be totally morally fine. Then he starts talking about almonds, just totally not even answering the question. He has to answer the question because my show, I asked him to do it. And he's here at my pleasure because this is a vegan live stream, not like, just come and troll me live stream. Harry, you've been vegan since 2013? Awesome. Welcome to the Been Vegan Since 2013 Club. Wait, no. Is that when I went vegan? Yeah, wait. That doesn't seem to add up right for me. That's when I started my channel. I went vegan in 2010. My channel started in 2013. I had a vegan brain fart there. So I'm sure one of these anti-vegans is going to have a edit. Wait, he said he went vegan in 2013. He said he's like 10-year vegan. He doesn't know how to do math. No, my channel started in 2013, but we went vegan. I went fully vegan in the autumn, about October of 2010. I know, because this is going to be my 11th year vegan anniversary. I knew something was off there. But I'm glad you've been vegan 8 years there. Yeah, bro scientist. Yeah, I have no control. There's a bot that runs on our chat here, and Streamlabs is control of that, and they sometimes hide comments, and I don't have any control in that other than I can hit allow if I see that happening. So if you see that happen, Race, yeah, just let his comment go through. Brain farts smell like beans. I wouldn't be surprised, Marco. I didn't see this dude's argument, but Carl, you have it. The point is that your argument is speciesist. Whether or not there is an afterlife doesn't justify cruelty. It's irrelevant. Let's say there is an afterlife. How does that justify needlessly harming animals? Let's say there's not an afterlife. How does that justify needlessly harming animals? It's 100% irrelevant. Let's say there's a maybe afterlife. We don't know. How does that justify needlessly harming animals? It has zero bearing. The existence or non-existence of an afterlife has zero bearing on whether it's morally right or wrong to harm animals. It's 100% irrelevant. Let's see, Taryn, why does your mom insist vegans she knows don't eat mock meats, so it's abnormal and healthy for you too? I don't know. You're gonna have to ask your mom that. I mean, some vegans like fake meats, some don't. You know, it's all good. I have nothing bad or good to say about that. Yeah, just personal choice. As long as you're eating plants, I'm cool with that. That's what vegan is. It doesn't say you have to eat mock meat, fake meats, or not eat fake meats. It's your choice. You just look at the definition of veganism, a way of living which doesn't harm animals. Bro scientist, you can turn Amish if you want, but if you say something that the bot doesn't like here, your comment will get held up for a second. George, why should I take John out of timeout? I just put him in timeout for 300 seconds. So if he maybe he just left. Or maybe he's watching my video about almond milk. That's about 10 minutes maybe. So if he wants to come back, he wants to come back. Hey, I have a thing for you, Pasta Pita. If you have a question for me, rather than like trying to cause mischief in the comments and insult my viewers, ask me. Do you have a question? Do you have some reason why you're here? Are you trying to debunk veganism? If so, please state your position or your argument if you have one. If not, I'm going to have our moderators time you out. But you're welcome. If you think you have the argument that debunks veganism, I'd love to see it. So please share it with us, Pasta Pita. And if you hassle my viewers, I'm going to ban you, all right? Because my viewers are my friends, and I protect them. So, again, I'm the dude. It's my channel. I said on the title, if debunk veganism, if you can, if you have an argument, I want to hear it. Move to a fully vegan city or start one, Taryn? Is there such a place? Would I start one? I don't know how do you start a city? That sounds like a huge undertaking. If there was such a place, I'd really like to take a look at that. Race, don't encourage him. I want Pasta Pita to talk to me. I'm the bro here, so talk to me, Pasta Pita. Okay, not a fan of Drake. Okay, Pasta Pita is talking about brain fog? God, I must have missed a lot of stuff. I hope Pasta Pita brings his argument against veganism to me so I can have a look at it. It sounds like he's just throwing a bunch of stuff out that's unrelated. So if you have a coherent argument, rather than just throwing crap on the wall, let's talk about almonds, let's talk about brain fog, let's talk about this, let's hear the argument. Purchase an island. Good point, Carl. Yeah, usually pasta and pita are usually vegan. Kind of an ironic name for someone who's trying to put themselves out there as a anti-vegan. I'll run for mayor at the vegan city since I have some experience running for office. So yeah, we're waiting. Let's see if our Pasta Pita friend is gonna produce an argument for me to have a look at. We're waiting. Pastafarians. That sounds kind of good right now. I guess I'm getting hungry, huh? Yeah, I've been on like 2 hours now. Crap. Michael Jackson, not into Drake music? Let's see. He's not coming back. Did we scare him off? Were you guys too mean to him? Or is he really thinking hard? He's sitting there typing away, trying to get the argument. I'm getting hungry. Yeah, been here for 2 hours. So Pasta Pita, where is your? I don't know why you're here. I see you hassling the viewers in the chat. So if you have a question, or if you want to try to debunk veganism, I said now is the time. So type away. Yes, I am getting a little hungry. Does that mean veganism is null and void somehow because I experience hunger because I haven't eaten in like 4 hours or something like that? And I've been thinking about it the whole time sitting here. I'm not just like relaxing. I'm burning through glycogen. That's brain runs on glucose. Not to say I'm a chess player. I do play chess, but I read that a chess player in a tournament could burn it was more than like 3,000 calories playing chess. It's from all the mental energy. What I'm saying is I'm not like as brilliant as Gary Kasparov or Magnus Carlsen or anything like that, but I am burning through glucose right now, which my body will want to replenish. So anyway, yes, I am hungry. Therefore, veganism is null and void. Is that it? Huh. Joe, maybe he's not answering the question because I told him to answer me. So we'll see what he does. But yeah, he said, you're hungry. Yep, I am hungry. I'm not sure if there's like a negative side to that. Yeah, humans normally, after time elapses and energy is being expended from basic, just metabolizing and the brain firing off. Yeah, I do get hungry. Oh, nope, that's not true. Let's see if I have the bookmark for that one. Do I have it on this browser? Let's see, maybe I have it on Safari. Let me see if I got the, hang on one sec, guys. Let's see, can someone send me the title of that paper where a person calculated how many animals are killed to produce 1,000 calories of meat, like, in the form of beef and chicken versus like 1,000 calories in the form of plants? I forgot the title of that. And we will show our friend here. That's just complete nonsense. No, it's false. But anyway, if someone can produce the title of that for me. I forgot. Let me try one more search here. Number of animals killed, tons of calories. Maybe it's to produce a certain amount of calories or something like that. Let's see. Here it is. Number of animals produce 1 million calories. So our friend here, let's put that on the screen now that I have it. So our Pasta Pita person here claims that more animals are killed from a vegan diet. And here's actual someone who did the mathematics, and it's all here. If you here's the methods. You can look at his formulas here. If you think his methods are off, or you think some of the numbers were wrong, you could substitute your own, and you need to justify why you're changing it. But here is what his model figured out here. Number of animals. Shit, did I not click it? Yeah. Number of animals killed to produce 1 million calories in 8 food categories. All right, hang on one second. I'm not seeing it on my screen here. Let me make sure everything's cool. Are you guys seeing this? If not, I have a super huge latency thing going on here. Let's see. Okay, there it is. So anyway, look at right here. To produce 1 million calories of chicken, 250 animals are killed. Beef, it goes down to 27.4, but vegetables, 2. Fruits, 1.7, and grains, 1.6. So, and like I said, if you want to look through the method sections here and see how these numbers were arrived at, all the formulas are here, the assumptions are here, clearly stated. They're not trying to deceive you. And show me how this can be so off, comparing 200 37 chickens for chicken compared to 1.5 for grains. This is ridiculous. Hey, I think we just got a super chat.
Have a good dinner tonight. Hope this helps.
Oh, thanks, SSH77. Thanks so much for your kind donation there. Much appreciated. Yeah, I think we're definitely in the running for pizza tonight if we want to deal with the garage door fiasco. And thanks for using Streamlabs too, because that money, I tell you, goes right to me. They don't take anything out. The only fees are like the fees via PayPal, but it's hard to avoid those kinds of charges. But they don't. Streamlabs, unlike YouTube, doesn't take anything for themselves. And yeah, I'm with you, Alpaca Llama. I'll read your quote there verbatim. I've never understood that argument, that it's literally backwards from reality when you try to say that vegans are responsible for more animal deaths than those who eat meat. Total crap. I mean, there's 8 billion humans on planet Earth. Most of them are not vegan. Roughly 80 billion animals are raised for slaughter to feed all these meat eaters. 80 billion. So you're saying vegans kill more than 80 billion animals? I mean, that's completely absurd and ridiculous. If so, you better show how vegans kill 80 billion animals, and then also disprove the results of this model, this mathematical model, to make the best effort to calculate how many animals are killed in the production of food. Favorite vegan YouTubers? I like cool, chill people. Like Chris Vegan Zombie, Mike the Vegan. Those annoying vegans are fun. I like it when I see them around town. Those are off the top of my head. Some of the ones I've watched recently. Let's see, who else? Yeah, we'll just leave it at that for now. Yeah, Carl Baum, this model didn't even factor in sea life, sea creatures. So yeah, or not this model, but just that 80 billion. I said 80 billion. We have 8 billion humans. 80 billion animals are raised for slaughter. So it'll be even more than 80, like over 100 billion. Once you way more than that, because of all the. Have you guys seen Seaspiracy? It's not just the animals that they catch to feed humans. It's all the bycatch, all the innocent, all the animals that they kill are innocent, but the ones that they weren't trying to catch, the ones that just got caught anyway. Yeah, Rich Roll. Rich Roll's great too. Yes, thank you. I'm your favorite, the Virtuoso. Thank you. I wasn't sure if you're going to be upset with me calling out your 80-10-10 nutritionist. I had no problem with what you said. I was just going off what your nutritionist said. And I wasn't making fun of you or anything like that. So I'm glad you didn't take it like that. Because, yeah, you're cool. I'm glad you think I'm cool too. We're all good. So I have a pretty good vegan channel, Uncle Walt. Thank you. Oh, cool. AJ Vintage, you're also a vegan zombie fan too. Awesome. Yeah, we're not the biggest channels in the world, me and Chris, but yeah, we have a lot in common. We've been doing it a long time. We have a lot of subscribers, but we don't get a ton of views. And we've both been vegan a long time. Me, this will be 11 years. Him, 20 odd years. And we're both doing fine, not dead yet, healthy, thriving. So, yeah, we have, he's a fellow brother, and I want to play him chess sometime. I saw him doing a Twitch stream playing chess, so we got to do that sometime. Ivan, no, I don't track my protein at all. I mean, if anything, like on heavy lifting days, maybe I'll take a full big ass scoop of my Clean Machine Green protein stuff, but and on days when it's lighter, when I don't do as much heavy lifting, maybe just like working out with resistance bands and not too tired, I'll have a little less, maybe like half a scoop, something like that. But I don't really track my protein. Just some days I figure, okay, I just did some crazy squats and deadlifts, and I feel like, I really worked the largest muscles of my body really, really well. So I'm going to make sure I get the full, plentiful amino acids from the duckweed. But yeah, I don't track protein. I just kind of adjust it to my perceived, how hard did I work big muscle groups on that particular day. That's just my weird way of doing it. I don't know how great that is of a technique, but that's what I do. Do I want another raw Virtuoso, do I want another raw voodoo stuff? Any stimulant like coffee or even tea causes neurotoxins in the body? I heard a lot of stuff like that. Tea, I know what they're saying. I've seen them say that coffee. I forgot what the argument was. I've heard that stuff too. I mean, I don't prefer stimulants myself. I just never have, ever as a non-vegan or as a vegan. Either way, I've just never liked stimulants. Even like Mountain Dew gets me all jittery. But that's just a personal preference. Some people like their caffeine and stuff. Oh, reviewing vegan Halloween candy. That's a really useful video to make because a lot of candies we're learning are vegan. Like we gave out Jolly Ranchers before. We learned like Cracker Jacks are vegan. We learned that when we went to Angel Stadium and couldn't find any food to eat. But we saw Cracker Jacks don't have any animal ingredients. We Googled it. Yep, accidentally vegan. Always has been. Oh, I know a lot of raw people, Virtuoso, are really against cacao. Yeah, some kind of neurotoxin or something like that. Oh yeah, I remember that Andy Warski ex-vegan video, JS. Why is that? Sage, you had a downpour in Washington? Like Washington State, right? I mean, that's good for the fires and stuff, right? Jay, remember you? Should we remember you or not? Let's see. Where are we at here? 2 hours and 10 minutes. How much longer should I keep going here? Yes, I am hungry. As that anti-vegan guy pointed out, the pasta pita guy, I am hungry. I know it's a vegan thing. I know non-vegans don't get hungry, right? But yeah. Cool, Washington State. Yeah, we need as much rain as we can anywhere here on the West Coast. But yeah, I don't like walking in the rain and stuff. I'm like a rain wimp, but probably because it rains so infrequently here, it's just like weird when it rains. I see people driving like crap. I drive very cautiously in the rain. That's cool, Race Lever, for Halloween. Just put some tofu in candy wrappers. That's a good idea. I don't know if you're tricking them or treating them, huh? That's debatable. That's a good idea. Give them wrapped tofu. I guess their parents wouldn't like that, though. They'd probably think you're some freak that put poison in something. Who knows? Maybe you are a freak, Race Lever, but I know you wouldn't poison kids with tofu. I'm a freak. I'm a total freak. Taryn, find a vegan woman to date and marry eventually. Yeah, go to some vegan events. I don't think the statistics or demographics have shifted that much. I thought there's a higher percentage of vegan females than there are vegan males. So get yourself at a vegan festival, a vegan pop-up, anything vegan, and the odds will be in your favor statistically. You still got to do stuff. You still got to get out there and meet some people, but just put yourself in a position where you're an available vegan dude. I assume Taryn's a male name. Oh, I've never been to Spain, Ivan, so let me know how that goes. I know in the bigger cities, I've done some research because I've been wanting to travel to Spain. And you guys probably heard me say for a while, I'm looking for a country to move to in case it gets really horrible here. Spain's on my list, and I saw Madrid has a ton of vegan options. Not a ton, but it looked pretty well equipped there for vegan foods. Twaja, thank you so much for the super chat tip there. Wow, I really have to think if we're going to do the pizza tonight. Because I tell you, our garage door opener is on the fritz. Is that the word? The fritz? It's not working right now. Oh, there is such a thing, AJ Vintage. Huh? Wrapped tofu, huh? Check that out at an Asian market. I don't know if Race lives near an Asian market. He's never told me where he lives. Andre, trying to go vegan, what are some good and easy breakfast ideas? I'm struggling with it. Well, it depends. Like for me, breakfast is, for me, when I make breakfast, almost always two simple and easy things. These might not work for you, but I'll share with you mine. Because I work out or exercise in some form every morning. And after my workout, I'll have a big banana smoothie, like bananas and then some berries on top. And that's like 9 out of 10 days I'll have that. Other days I'll make oatmeal. That's quick and easy, right? Just boil some water, put some oats in, maybe throw in some blueberries or raisins, and whatever else you might want to throw in there. That's quick and easy. In our book here, the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook, Angie's got a few cool breakfast ideas. Like, these are really good. These banana walnut pancakes takes a little bit longer than the 2 meals I just described, but yeah, what you're looking for is you have the right idea there. You want to have some go-to meals that you just do automatically. You don't want to think, oh, I'm vegan, what am I going to make? For me, it's either my banana smoothie or oatmeal. But let me give you a link to the Happy Healthy Vegan store, shop.happyhealthyvegan.org. If you want to get the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook, you can get an ebook or a printed form. Either way, if you get the printed one, Angie and I will sign up for you. Speaking of the store, guys, I have a whole bunch. We just got them in from our printer, I think last Friday, just in time for last week's live stream. We got more of the black shirts and more of the tie-dyes. I think we're already sold out of size small just like that. But other than that, we have all sizes of the Happy Healthy Vegan shirts, the black ones and the tie-dye ones. So go to shop.happyhealthyvegan.org and get our books if you don't have them yet. Okay, Catherine, you have tried the pancakes. Awesome. Yeah, they're great. Whenever she makes them for me, awesome. Yeah, produce, not pills. Yeah, I don't like to see fishermen or women holding up dead fish. Obviously not. Yeah. Do I think it's morbid? I mean, as a vegan, yeah, I'm not into it, but I understand. I have compassion for the people in addition to the fish, because when I was younger, when I was a kid, I fished. So I understand it's exciting. You're stoked to have the fish, but now I understand what's going on with fishing and how cruel and unnecessary it is. So yeah, I see it I'm sure a different way than they see it. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm not stoked to see fisher people. Did I say cacao is a neurotoxin? No, I said raw foodists will say the cacao is a neurotoxin. Jay, well, a joke there? Are you the one that used to tell jokes on our live stream? I can't remember. Oh, drinking water there, JS. Just regular, like, filtered water. Cool, Sage. So you got a big bag of rice after watching our videos talking about how eating plant-based is not expensive. Yeah, I mean, it can be expensive. It doesn't have to be, but if you do some prior planning, go to some proper, stores to buy some foods in bulk, like rice and legumes, vegan diets or vegan meals can be really cheap. I mean, we don't go buy rice all that often, so just put down the $12 for a big bag of rice one time. As opposed to buying a small bag of rice for like $5. Just go buy a giant sack for like $12. That thing's gonna last you for months rather than a little tiny bag which might last you a couple weeks. That's the way to do it. Race, I don't know if Uncle Walt will do that. You're gonna have to ask Uncle Walt first, I think. Get his not permission, but his consent that he will actually do that. Oh, in the first book, thank you, Catherine. Yeah, you know the recipes better than I do, apparently. The banana bread muffins from Cubic Car Baby, Angie's first book. Yeah, Angie's got some good recipes in both of her books. It's Zam. Please don't promote. I'm not mad at you, but yeah, don't promote these anti-vegan channels. But no, I don't ever watch them. Why would I want to watch anti-vegan content for? The only time I might hear their silly arguments is if they make a video about me that I respond to, and I make a point not to respond to them most of the time because I don't want to give them attention. But I've heard of one of them, VD, and her reason why she switched is because I think she was following like Freely's diet and it didn't work out for her. I don't know what happened. She gained weight or got ill, but from all the fruit and juicing and stuff like that. Then she blames me and other vegans. Like, no, I don't promote that. I'm promoting our stuff, just whole food freaking plants. I never said just like eat raw or fruit or raw till 4 or 5, whatever like that. Just eat whole food plants all you want. I mean, this is medically sound advice, but they lump us all together because they followed a vegan whose dietary thing that they do is totally different and kind of more, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to be pick my right word here. A little more radical. It's not like what the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics recommends, let's say. So they're kind of doing something more on their own crafting there. So, and then it doesn't work out for these people. And then they blame all vegans. You know, it's stupid. Oh, you have a Cafe Gratitude in San Diego? I didn't know that. Yeah, we've been to them before many times in like San Francisco and LA. I don't get that joke. Jay Chappie, vegan baby crying, having a midlife crisis? Explain that one. Maybe I'm just dense right now. Ivan, if someone like me, like if I was at a party and they gave me plate of food that had meat on it, said, "Oh, I would be respectful, like, oh, you probably didn't know I'm vegan." So yeah, I haven't eaten meat in 11 years. So yeah, no, yeah, I'm sure you didn't know. So yeah, just try to like not make them like feel bad and let them know you appreciate them thinking about you, being considerate and all that stuff about you. But yeah, let them know you just don't eat meat. You haven't had meat in 11 years, and you sure as hell ain't gonna eat it right now because someone accidentally handed you a piece of dead animal. Oh, virtuoso. Well, you still have 10 banana smoothies. That's more than I have. I used to have like 8 or so bananas. 7, 8, depending on the size of the bananas. 10, even if they're kind of small, is usually a bit much for me these days. I guess because I'm not typically like, burning like, hundreds and hundreds of calories every day from running. I usually burn like 200 odd calories from my workouts every morning. But when I go to the gym and play basketball, I could burn 1,000 or 1,100 calories. And then I'll come back and have like 8, 9 bananas. JS, he's saying vegans don't live very long. Do you have any evidence that vegans have shorter lives than non-vegans? Because I can show you some results from the Adventist health studies that show the vegan and vegetarian, the meatless Seventh-day Adventists, have about an extra decade of living compared to the meat-eating Adventists. And you could say, well, they're just eating junk food. No, the Adventists are a healthy, that's part of their religious group here in California, and they're a very healthy group. Even the meat eaters are some of the healthiest meat eaters you will find that have ever been studied here in the United States. So I can show you that. Do you have a study that shows that vegans have a lesser lifespan than meat eaters? Because 10 years is pretty significant. 10 years of extra living. So if you got something, please show it. If not, stop making crap up on my live stream. And if you don't stop, Race Server will boot your ass out of here. Ivan, would you take the plate and take off the meat, or would you completely? I would just give him back the plate. I would say I'll provide for myself. I don't go to someone's house or party and expect them to feed me. As a vegan, you kind of know what that's like, guys, right? You just don't, unless you're going to a party with vegans or friends and family who know what you are. But then again, I don't trust too many people. I'll bring my own food. So I would just respectfully give it back. Hey, you probably didn't know I'm vegan. I haven't had any meat or dairy in 11 years. So, but thanks for that. Try not to make it any more awkward than it is. Yeah, DJ 2012. Lumberg, brown rice, really good. All their rices are really good, but kind of pricey. That's why we typically don't buy Lumberg rice. It's good, it's quality, but here as we are eating peasant food, non-privileged vegans, yeah, we don't get it all that often. Race Lever, you're supposed to boot that guy that makes why the vegan baby cross the road having a midlife crisis. If he's indeed trying to say that vegans live shorter lives because we're somehow unhealthy or something like that, he's just making crap up. So if you see him making any stupid claims or jokes trying to insinuate that vegans have shorter lifespans than non-vegans, and he doesn't provide any evidence to support that, yeah, you can boot his ass out of here. Yeah, Uncle Walt, let's have a vegan party. If we go to Uncle Walt's house, I don't have to worry about Uncle Walt. If Uncle Walt comes over here, you don't have to worry about anything. And Pawn Rita, did I answer your question about scratching records? I mean, I can, but I'm not good at it. Anyone can scratch a record, but I don't scratch vinyl. I mean, not intentionally. Pat Durr, how do non-vegans find this live stream? Good question. I have no idea. I guess somehow it gets suggested to them. Maybe they watch all the anti-vegan channels, right? You know, VD and crap like that. So in their recommendation, oh, Happy Healthy Vegan's live right now. And they click that. Oh, I'm going to go there and try to throw something at him that'll make him change being vegan. That must be it. Hey, Jay Chappie, if you have something you want to say to me, just tell me. I'm right here. If you came to the live stream to try to debunk veganism, if you have some facts I'm not aware of, throw them at me. All right, I'm at it. Have at me. But if you don't have anything, I gave Race Lever permission to take care of you. Take care of you. That sounds really bad. Like Race Lever's going to take him out back and take him to the woodshed or something like that. No, Race Lever will not do that. So Joe, you think they're actively looking for vegan live streams? Wow, they're so anti-vegan that this is what they do. They look for vegan live streams to come troll. I'm with you, Hardly Tin Man. At least our family's cool with it. They understand we're vegan. They know, it's really important to us. In fact, we were at a family event where they had someone come and make tacos, and they had vegan tacos made on a separate grill. Or no, I think they made the vegan tacos first so the grill wouldn't have any cross-contamination. So at least our family's aware and they're cool and thoughtful. But yeah, your mileage may vary for sure. That doesn't sound too unhealthy, DJ1220. That's decently all right, huh? Oh, thank you, Rebecca K. I appreciate that. That is really kind of you to say. That makes me feel like my time spent now and for the past 8 years is working towards good. Rather than am I just spinning my wheels here? I don't know. So thank you. Favorite vegan doctors. I like Dr. Garth Davis, Daniela Bellardo. Let's see. Avi's good for a debate, Who else am I forgetting off the top of my head? I like Garth Davis because he's he's got his book Proteinaholic, and he's very outspoken, coming out against these outrageous anti-vegans and their nonsense, speaking out against these vegan diet almost killed me nonsense people. And he's evidence-based, and he's kind of like my age too. So I like Dr. Garth maybe. I don't think he even knows who I am. I've never met him before. Jay, what is your point? Again, address me. If you have something you want to say about veganism, tell me, not the people in the chat as much as they might love you. Tell me. If not, Race Lover is going to boot you out of here. So if you have something to say, I'm telling you, say it now. I'm being kind. Be cool. Just tell me what your point is here that you're trying to communicate. Communicate it to me. And if I miss it, you guys let me know in case I stream past it or so. If it scrolls past me. Because I know what you mean. And you guys will probably say there's no such thing. Just tell me. What are you trying to say? How is a vegan doctor an oxymoron? Please explain how vegan and doctor are oxymoron. How can someone go to medical school, 8 years, do a residency, get their full medical doctor rights to practice, and not consume animal products? How is that an oxymoron? You're not making any sense. Uncle Wall, it can be tough to find a vegan medical doctor near you. I know a group in Orange County, if you're curious, Uncle Wall. They have cardiologists, gastroenterologists. I forgot all the specialists they have there. It's over kind of by Fashion Island. That's where I'm going to go to talk to Daniela Bellardo about have her be my cardiologist. Have her have a meeting with her and see what she suggests. So I'm still waiting to see. Oh, Uncle Walt timed him out. Okay. But yeah, there's nothing. What's wrong? How can a person, what's logically incompatible with completing medical school, being a medical doctor, and taking or having a belief that it's morally wrong to harm animals? How are those two incompatible? What's wrong with being a medical doctor and believing it's wrong to harm animals? Is maybe this dude thinks, what's his name? Jay, maybe he thinks that vegan diets aren't healthy, and as a medical doctor, they're all about like making people healthier. Well, let's take a look at the position paper of the largest group of health professionals in the country, the official position paper of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. And they say, and this is after reviewing the scientific literature. Look at the references section. It has over 100 studies and citations in the reference section that appropriately planned vegan diets are healthful and nutritionally adequate and may provide benefits for prevention and treatment of certain diseases. So how is this incompatible? Again, these are health professionals, medical doctors making this position paper statement here. So you're going to have to come up with some better reasons why vegan and doctor are oxymoron. These are vegan doctors that review the scientific literature. And not all these doctors are vegans, to be honest with you. You don't have to be a vegan to be a part of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. So I'm saying it's not a requirement. Just they might have a higher percentage of vegan doctors than other organizations. What's that, Johnny? I'm wondering if a vegan physician assistant who also practices medicine is an oxymoron. This guy probably doesn't want anyone who's plant-based to practice medicine. Why? Why are vegans not allowed to go into medicine? Are you fascist much? Are you trying to control what professions a human being, a free American, or anywhere in the world for that matter, can choose to pursue? Who made you the boss, the controller of career choice? Sounds like a fascist to me. All right, let's not get into a whole discussion about this that we do every other week about vaccines and blah, blah. I just don't want to get into the hot button issues like that and abortion and stuff like that. Please. Yeah, Dr. Garth Davis said he didn't eat fish. He actually commented on my video. I think, yeah, that Kevin Bass debate. He commented. I said, someone told me that someone here said I ate fish as a vegan. He said, no, it's completely false. So, no. I mean, he did clear it up. DJ 2012. I've never seen or heard of those, to be honest with you. And you're right, AJ Vintage. Doctors receive very little education in actual nutrition. So they might pretend or act like they know a lot. And some do, but most don't. Most don't really have much more than like a few hours of nutrition education. And that's a well-known fact. I'm not making this up. Is phytoplankton vegan? I don't know. What is phytoplankton exactly? I don't know. I'm not a biologist. I'll have to look up that one. Maybe it was his children ate fish. He made it clear that he doesn't eat fish. I'd have to look up to see what is virtuoso. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I'm not exactly sure what it is exactly. At least I'm honest. I let you guys know when something is not like something I know a lot about. All right, so I've been on like 2.5 hours, man. Any questions you have for me? Pull-ups. Oh, that's horrible, Johnny. Anyone who's like tall or weighs a lot, huge disadvantage for pull-ups, especially if I'm not like built like huge up here. So I'm pulling up a lot of bone and stuff like that. I'm horrible I do chin-ups. I'm not sure how many chin-ups I can do anymore. I remember like when I'm working on them a lot, like maybe 6, 7, 8, something like that. I can't remember exactly. Maybe I got up to 9 or 10 before. But yeah, that's a tough one. I weigh almost like 200 pounds, and I don't have the upper body of like what you probably got there. So I'm putting up a lot of crap. Let's see. Any questions? Pull downs. That sounds way easier, huh? Is that a thing? Maybe it is. I thought you were joking there. Maybe it's a real thing. JS. I exercise every day, and every day is totally different. So every day I either about 2 days a week I go to the gym and play basketball, and or have one day be a plyometric day. I'll warm up on the court for like 30 odd minutes, and I'll spend like another 40 minutes jumping and doing odd weird drills and stuff like that, sprints. But every other day when I'm not at the gym, the other 5 days a week, I'm working out, and I do everything. I work upper body, lower body, arms, back stuff. I kind of rotate it around. So like every like 4 or 5 days, I get back to that same muscle group. But yeah, I kind of do a little bit of everything. But I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder, not trying to become a strongman. I want to look like Michael Jordan. I just want to be a strong, athletic basketball player type. And, I'm getting there. I've looked back at pictures for me from a year or two ago, and yeah, my body has changed, and my pants fit me differently, my shirts fit me differently. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. I'm just trying to have a great basketball body. Taryn, was it annoying to have to shave my face? I just shaved it because my beard was looking so white. It was really making me look way older than I was. So I thought, okay, it was cool when it was all dark, but when it started getting white, it's like I look a lot older. So I shaved the beard off. Oh God, do you have another troll here, guys? I've been doing this for 2.5 hours. I'm not sure if I'm ready for another troll. Vegan humans, they act morally superior to people that eat meat. Can you give me an example? I'm a vegan. Don't be speaking in vague generalities. Be specific. Talk about me. I'm here. I'm a vegan. In what way specifically do I act morally superior to compare to other people? Just let me know specifically. Oh, Catherine, your husband did the same thing. Beard and stuff got too white from aging, not from being vegan, and shaved it off. Oh, I'm not calling you a troll, 140 IQ. I was talking to the conscious carnivore. But I will be going pretty soon, though. I need to get some food. Let's see. All right, maybe he's coming up with his reason or a specific example of how me, Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan, acts morally superior. I want to hear this. Hey, Petey's Ponderings. Yeah, hey, I've been live streaming like nonstop for like years, man. So I'm not sure. Again, I'm here all the time, pretty much every Friday. Thoughts on fasting, Benjamin? I don't do any fasting whatsoever. None. Zero fasting. The only time I fast is kind of an unintended intermittent fast because when I wake up and go work out, I don't eat. Sometimes I'll be at the gym 2 hours, so it'll be like, a long time before I finally get my breakfast in back home. But yeah, that's the closest I ever have to anything like a fast. Wow, what are you going on there, Race? Puppies and abusing? Well, that's just too hard for my brain to process right now. I didn't hear about that IQ, man. Oh, Petey, you like my Bananas Are Dangerous video? That's our most viewed video of all time. Yeah, I didn't know that when I was making it. I was going to get like 5 million views or something like that. Virtuoso, yeah, I train without breakfast. So a little caveat on that. I don't have breakfast, but this has been going on for a long time now. I've been taking a little bit, not of the Clean Machine Green Protein, but I just try stuff out. I've been, for years, I've been using like a half scoop or a third scoop of their clean BCAAs. I don't do the lemonade flavor. I didn't see the fruit punch one, but that's the one I usually do. I know it's not intended as a pre-workout beverage or whatever you want to call it, powder, but it just kind of keeps me going, it seems. They sent me this N10S pre-workout thing, which was designed to be a pre-workout product. I don't know what it's called. And yeah, I've kind of like that. It has a nice fruity punch taste too. I've been doing this now for about the past like maybe a week or so. I think it has a little bit of caffeine in it. That's why I was kind of reluctant to try it at first. But I don't feel it. I'm really sensitive. I mean, decaf coffee makes me all wiry and jittery. I don't feel anything weird. Besides that, I have a little bit of that. Again, like a half scoop, a third scoop. I don't do the whole thing. That's my entire meal before going to the gym. Yeah, I'll send you the link to that. Actually, we have a code too, so you can not have to pay the entire price, because the Clean Machine stuff can be kind of pricey. But if you use my code, now I'm an affiliate, and they're friends of mine too. I don't do too many deals like this. If you don't know what it's like to be an influencer, even a little one like us, we get offers like literally every day from all sorts of companies. But Clean Machine, I like them. These are vegans, vegan-run company, vegan product, and I'm happy to work with these guys. So yeah, if you use our code HappyVegan, you save 10%. It'll make the price a little easier to deal with. But yeah, I like the N10S or the Clean BCAs, but I would suggest the N10 product because that was designed to be a pre-workout meal. But that's all I have. I should say, on a rare occasion, there's some days where I don't eat as much as I probably should have. Like, I don't know, life got weird. I didn't have a proper good dinner the night before. So on those rare days, I'll have like a banana before going to the gym. But I would say that happens maybe like 1 out of every like 14 times, or if even that. It's pretty rare. Let's see. Hey, Chris does AC and things. Yeah, I'm about done. You can always watch it later on. Nothing crazy happened here. Just a few trolls and stuff. But it's all been pretty chill, pretty cool. That'd be funny, Johnny. Yeah, I want to be sponsored by Big Broccoli and Big Soy and all that, huh? Fave song to dance to. Whew, I don't know. Let me think. Let me think. I don't know. Having trouble thinking of a song I like to dance to off the top of my head. Sometimes I'll just... That's cool about working out at home. I gotta say, working out in your home gym, no one else there. You know, if a cool song comes on, I'll stream songs from my phone to like a Bluetooth speaker, and if a cool song comes on, I'll just start dancing. I don't care, no one's gonna like trip out on me, so I'll just randomly I wasn't planning to dance, but I know it's a good exercise, stretching the muscles and moving them and all that. It's good, keeps you loose. So, IQ Man, you're trying to say that you're here proud that you are eating less meat? I guess that's cool. I mean, we're all on we're on, before we became vegan, a path to being vegan, but you don't need to have animal products. I can tell you firsthand, I ate meat for 42 years of my life or whatever, and, fully vegan, and my only big regret in life, one of the few, is just not going vegan any sooner. You don't need all this grass-fed, cows raised by loving hands and stuff like that. You can eat plants. Why do these animals need to die in order for you to live? Can you answer me that? I'm just curious. Why do you think you need to have these animals raised? Animals that want to live, they don't want to sit there and say, hey, yeah, thanks for treating me so good. I'm being fed grass, but I want to die so IQ Man can live. Like, why do you want animals to die in order for you to live? Just kind of curious. I'm glad you're 90% plant-based, but just kind of curious. Why do you believe that you are entitled to have animals die for you? Just curious. No, Johnny, I don't dance my own music ever. No, I don't want to have that come on my workouts. Yeah, Sage, animals are not objects. That's my whole point. Animals are living sentient beings, just like you, just like me, IQ Man. They're living sentient beings. They have consciousness. They experience emotions. They can feel pain. They know when they're being killed. Why do you want to kill an animal needlessly? And I emphasize the word needlessly, because you don't require animals in order to live. You don't require animals to be healthy. You don't need animals for anything. You don't need them for clothing. So I'm just curious why. You said because you were depressed, because bullying, so the nice fasting food helps me stay afloat. So you're saying you want to have animals die for you so your not depressed. Is that what you're saying? So you said you've been vegan and that makes you depressed, but when you fast on animal foods, you're not depressed, and therefore that's why you think it's cool to, not cool, that's the wrong word, but that's your justification, your moral justification for the animal being killed. So you don't have to be as depressed. Is that it? Maybe I misunderstood it. You going, Jody? It's late there. Yeah, it's getting late in Florida, man. Good. Thanks for popping by. If wife's still here, hi. Let's see. Virtuoso. I didn't know you were an alcoholic. You quit for 25 days now, and I'm a big inspiration. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks so much. I do drink a little alcohol once in a bit, but I've never had a problem, like a substance abuse problem with it or anything like that. And is that it? Did I miss that part too, Tin Man? Thanks for drawing that out. I didn't understand the bullied part. So he eats meat because he's been bullied? That's what I kind of picked out. You eat meat because you have depression? Like, how do you know that being vegan will make your depression worse? And you eat meat because you've been bullied? Millions of Americans have comfort food. That's, again, not a moral justification for killing animals. There's vegan comfort foods. Why are you assuming that plant foods cannot be comfort foods? If you're vegan for 20 years but fall off the vegan wagon one night, is that still a bad thing? Now, you didn't answer my question. I mean, if you're vegan, you don't want to have animal products. That's the thing. A lot of people who are not vegan, I understand where you're coming from, IQ, man. A lot of people mistakenly assume that vegans are only able to maintain being vegan using sheer willpower. We're tempted at all times by all these animal products. We see a piece of meat and go, wouldn't it be good to have that, but I don't want to break my vegan thing. No, vegans, to the contrary, are repulsed by the sight, the smell of animal products. When I run, I used to run all the time. I have to go sometimes by restaurants and bars and I smell the meat. It repulses me. It's like gross. It's like running through a cloud of toxins. So no, we don't use exercise willpower. So if you're vegan for 20 years and you're in it because you're vegan, like you're opposed to animal cruelty, you wouldn't just all of a sudden fall off the wagon one night. How about, it's like someone saying, I've been against rape for 20 years, but on this one night, I'm going to just rape someone. Just do it really quickly and get over it and then be cool again. It's like that. It's the same kind of reason. If you're morally opposed to harming animals, why would you want to harm an animal all of a sudden? Just curious, IQ, man. I'm not sure why you are opposed to the idea of just going 100%. I'm just kind of curious. Like, if you feel like you're doing good eating a lot of plants, why not just go all the way? I don't understand. What is the downside of eating all plants? And I haven't heard a good answer yet from you, IQ, man. So let me know what is the downside of going all plants? Just have at it. Because I'm 54 years old, been vegan now almost 11 years. Put my blood tests up here, been having like maybe 5 or 6 lab sets for everyone to see. I share my athleticism here for all to see. What's the downside of being 100%? I'm not sure. I know you're saying 90% of Americans, well, don't use that as an excuse. I'm just asking, why not go 100%? I mean, if you're not 100%, it just shows that you are okay with, you're tolerant of, you're complicit with cruelty to animals. A semi-pro footballer. So you're saying professional athletes can't be vegan? I understand what you're saying. You have a routine. Too bad Johnny Bravo just left. He's a big bodybuilder guy. I mean, you can be a professional athlete in any sport. Have you seen Game Changers? Like, most players on the Tennessee Titans in a certain season were vegan. I mean, these are pro, not semi-pro. These are professional athletes at the highest level of football. Almost the entire team went vegan for that season. And there's other examples too in football. I'm more familiar with basketball, but that's not a good excuse. You're saying you can't be vegan because of your interest in football? There's professional NFL players who are vegan. There's professional NBA basketball players who are vegan. There's professional tennis players who are vegan, like Novak Djokovic. He eats a plant-based diet, so that's not really a valid reason why you can't be vegan. Okay, soccer. Okay, yeah, you're soccer, but still, there's vegan soccer players too. Well, people quit IQ, man, because because the kind of attitude you're bringing to it. If you are opposed to cruelty to animals, you won't quit. If you're just using it as a biohack, like you look at veganism as a tweak. Ooh, if I go vegan, maybe I'll get a little leaner and a little stronger and have better performance. You know, if you're looking at it just like that, and then maybe your performance isn't what you want it to be, and then I'm just quitting vegan. No, veganism is a mindset that it's morally wrong to harm animals. It happens to have really great benefits for health and athleticism as well. So, no, are we talking about Djokovic? No, he hasn't quit. He's still 100% plant-based. Go look at his interviews. I have an interview with him saying he eats 100% plants now. He was a pescatarian back when I first did a video about him like 5 years ago or so. He said he eats 100% plants now. Go look at his Instagram. So no, he won how many Grand Slams? He won the French Open and Wimbledon back-to-back. A guy who eats no meat whatsoever. Novak Djokovic, the highest level of tennis perfection there. 2 back-to-back Grand Slams. Very few players have ever done that in the sport. Eats no meat. So again, being an athlete is not an excuse. But again, being vegan is not an athletic thing. It's a moral decision to not harm animals. And it happens to have really good benefits for recovery and training. Okay, so talking about someone else. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Ivan. I thought he was talking about Novak. Well, then IQ man, if you do it for health and gym, then that's not vegan. You're in the wrong discussion here, actually. That's called a plant-based diet. People that eat plants for reasons that other than animal ethics. If you want to eat plants because your doctor told you, because your heart, that's plant-based. If you want to eat just plants because you thinking about the gym or exercise or recovery, that's plant-based. It's not nothing preventing you from actually doing that for a while and learning about, it's I don't need animals. Why do I want to harm animals for? A lot of people come to it that way. Rich Roll, if you guys know who Rich Roll is, the distance runner, he came to it for health reasons. And then later on, he became an ethical vegan. So it can happen that way. Vegan or plant-based is literally the same diet. Well, vegan is not a diet. That's the thing. Plant-based allows some wiggle room too. Plant-based says plant-based. Plant-based means literally someone could interpret plant-based as being eat mostly plants. Maybe there's a tiny bit of animal product in there. Vegan has a very clear definition. So you could say you're eating a vegan diet, but yet not be vegan. Like I said, your doctor could put you on a vegan diet. Your trainer could put you on a vegan diet, but your doctor or trainer can't make you believe that it's morally wrong to harm animals. That's the difference there, not splitting hairs. Well, I guess I am. These are how the words are defined. I'm not like the defender of vocabulary. These are just how the words are used in English. And as Race, thank you, Race Lover. There are many vegan diets. Plant-based implies eating whole food plants. Vegan, you could just eat like Oreos and French fries and potato chips all day and call yourself a vegan, because there's nothing about the vegan diet that necessitates you do it in a healthy way. You can be a junk food vegan. You can be an ethical vegan, believe it's wrong to harm animals, and just eat, potato chips all day. That's cool. That's, I'm not saying I would do that, but that's totally fine. 100% fine with being vegan. Totally compatible with being vegan. An athlete wouldn't want to do that. So an athlete would gravitate towards a plant-based diet, but wouldn't have the ethical, backbone to it. Jason started plant-based, now ethical vegan. See, it can happen, IQ man. So try it. Just try a vegan diet, a plant-based vegan diet. See how it goes, and maybe after a while you'll watch more live streams and learn a little bit more and realize that it's absolutely needless to harm animals for food. I mean, here's how I thought about it when I first went vegan. Like, why am I so special? Why does my existence necessitate animals dying in order for me to be fed and live? Because I learned after trying vegan for about 5-6 days one time, like a year or so before I went vegan, like, hey, I don't need animals. This is ridiculous. I can just eat plants. And it took me like a year, but finally before I said, hey, I'm going to be a fully vegan 100% of the time, because there's just no excuse anymore. I thought in 2010 it was so easy to be vegan. Now it's even 10 times easier in 2011. Well, you don't have to like animals, IQ man. You just have to believe it's morally wrong to harm animals. So if you believe it's morally wrong for a person to harm a dog, like, you know, for you or a stranger to kick your dog or throw it or stab it in the neck, if you believe it's wrong to harm animals, why are dogs special? Dogs are just as sentient, just as intelligent as a pig. In fact, pigs are more intelligent if you're looking at an intelligence perspective as a rationale for harming animals. So my point is, if you believe it's wrong to harm dogs, you should believe it's wrong to harm any animals. They're all the same. They're all sentient beings, intelligent beings that can experience pain and emotions. Why would you want to needlessly harm them in order to eat them when you could just eat plants and not have that cruelty? That's what veganism is all about. Now you're changing the argument, IQ man. We're not talking about saving the planet. We're talking veganism. If you look up the definition of veganism, it doesn't say anything about saving the planet. Let's look again at the Vegan Society's definition of veganism. This is a definition that's pretty much stood as it is since 1947. It's changed a little bit, but it's a way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as practical and possible, all forms of cruelty and exploitation of animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. It doesn't say anything in here that it has to be healthy. You can eat junk food and still fulfill this definition. You can not give a crap about the environment. You could drive a diesel Hummer everywhere you go and still be a vegan. So we're not talking about saving the planet. It's a whole nother idea there. Veganism actually is great for the planet compared to the carbon output of like animal agriculture does. But anyway, the definition of vegan is just a moral stance against animal cruelty. So I'm not trying to be a dick or anything like that. I'm just trying to point out the distinction between vegan and plant-based. There's no such thing as a vegan diet unless you just mean a diet devoid of all animal products, but it can be healthy or unhealthy depending on what you want. I'm 54 and athletic. I prefer a quite healthy diet, but it doesn't mean I won't have a vegan potato chip or ice cream or something like that. Good point, Jason. Yeah, once you truly understand about animal suffering and cruelty, all the cruelty inherent in bringing a piece of meat to the table for a person, you can't unknow it. So that's why once you're an ethical vegan, you're pretty much ethical vegan forever. It's like you know, it's all of a sudden like once you know that, how can you unknow it? It's like thinking all of a sudden, you know, I think murder or rape is cool. You know, even though I understand what it's all about, because most people don't understand what animal agriculture is all about, how animals are treated, how they're killed. Chris does ACN things. Even in my podunk town, we have a great grocery store where I can find vegan versions of everything. That's why I went vegan in 2010. I thought to myself back then, it's so easy to be vegan now. If you want a vegan ice cream, there was. But now the vegan ice creams are way like 10 times tastier than what you could find in 2010. It's so easy to be vegan now. Okay, I see a lot of people talking to Conscious Carnivore there. Hopefully they're being kind of nice. So think about this stuff, IQ man. Just ponder this stuff. Think about the stuff we've been talking about here. I said I see no reason why animals need to needlessly be killed for us to live. We're not special or something like that. We're just sentient beings, just as they are. You could not only survive, but thrive, be completely healthy and athletic into old age as I am. I'm 54. I have videos up here of me beating guys at basketball consistently. Guys are half my age, quicker, younger guys. I chase them around, block their shots. I win most of my games, like far more than half. So, I attribute that to the amount of training I could do. Because I'm on a plant-based diet, I can recover so much quicker. I can train every day. I recover quickly from injuries. I recover quickly from training. There's no reason not to be vegan. It's a win for the animals. It's a win for the planet. And it's a win for health and athleticism. I can't see any reason it's like the triple or quadruple win. It's overwhelming. Just take it all in, IQ man. Just ponder it. That's all I want from a discussion like this. If you're not vegan, just to, give you some information, some facts. I'm not giving you bull crap. Everything I've shown you here can be backed up. Either give you my own personal stories, which is not science, or anything else I put up on the screen is science. It's backed by, it's evidence-based is what I'm saying. I'm not just making stuff up. So just ponder it and come back next live stream or watch some of our videos. But yeah, there's no reason to harm animals for food. You could eat plants and accomplish everything you want. That's what the movie Game Changers is all about. A lot of people I know complained and criticized it. Like, no, you guys all missed the point of the Game Changers. The entire point of the Game Changers was to show you that eating a fully 100% meatless, plant-based diet, a whole food plant-based one, not just eating Oreos all day. Well, a whole food plant-based diet will not prevent anyone from achieving their athletic goals, given that they have the other things that are necessary, like the genetics, the skills, the training, the passion to pursue these goals. So yeah, the plant-based diet will not hold you back in any way. Propaganda? No, watch Game Changers. I told you, that's what Game Changers shows. You might not agree with everything in the movie, but just check it out. It just shows you that you can be an athlete at the highest levels of sport, be it an Olympic cyclist, an Olympic runner, an NFL player, an NBA player. I mean, you name it. Whatever sport you want to talk about, weightlifting, powerlifting, strongman, whatever sport you're into, a vegan or plant-based diet will not prevent you from achieving your goals. Considering you do all the other training and work and all that, plant-based diet is not only won't prevent you, it's actually helpful in many cases. IQ man, I've responded to so many videos that Joe Rogan's put out with regards to veganism, and his videos are just filled with just so much misinformation. I'll just give you just show you really quickly. You can watch the videos. Let's see. Yikes, where is it here? 1 second, my bad. It gets rid of the search bar and it really annoys me. Okay, let's try this again. Happy Healthy Vegan. Dang. I'm just trying to show how many videos I've made on Rogan. Here we go. I can search now. He's one of the greatest spreaders of misinformation about vegan diets imaginable. I just have so much stuff here. Here. Joe Rogan debunks the game changers in all of veganism. I'll give you a link to my video here.
Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan.
And I'll send you the link. You can check it out. A lot of the stuff Joe Rogan says is just complete nonsense. In fact, you could watch my whole Joe Rogan playlist there. I just have tons of videos of Joe Rogan spreading complete nonsense, non-evidence-based stuff, just opinion, just complete BS. Yeah, Travis, I think the video I did with James Wilkes, with Joe trying to debunk the game changers is great. And then the videos I did showing how all the misinformation that Chris Kresser spouted in his debate with Joel Kahn, it's laughable. Yeah, this Chris Kresser and Wilkes debate, though, is amazing. Lightning James Wilkes, who you might know, IQ Man, is a former MMA fighter. He put Kresser in his place scientifically. Hey, Tracy's here? Let me see. Let me get back to the right screen here. Yikes, I am still showing Joe Rogan needlessly. Let me get out of Joe Rogan mode here. Okay. Getting hungry, guys. I'm getting hungry. Hey, Tracy, what's going on, Tracy? I'm getting ready to go. I've been on like 3 hours now, so Race Lover should be stoked because that makes me, in his book, a real vegan. real vegans stream for 3 hours and get really hungry. And some troll came on earlier and seemed to like think it was odd that I was getting hungry. Like, yep, that's what happens when you don't have dinner for like 4 or 5 hours. Conscious carnivore. Can you delete that vid about carnivore logic? That was me. I'm vegan. Let's see. I'm not going to delete any videos. What do you mean? Why should I delete that video about the one that came out last week? The one that said that vegans are sterile and grains cause brain damage. That video, why should I delete that? Just kind of curious. If you have a good reason, I might think about it, but you just, got to give me some compelling reason. Quantum Fuji. Wow, that sounds like quite the meal there. Wow. Cool, Roku. Your doctor says just keep on what you're doing. Huh? Your blood lab results are so good. Awesome. Benjamin Smith, what's your point here? Why are you talking about macronutrients? Do you have a point to make about veganism? Are you here to debunk veganism? If so, you can throw it at me right now, but we don't need to get into are carbs necessary or not like that. I mean, veganism is not about eating carbs. If you look at the definition of veganism, it doesn't say anything about it's a way of living which is like all about carbohydrates or anything like that. Let's just take a look in case you don't know. It's a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practical, exploiting animals. So why are you talking about carbohydrates for being necessary or not necessary? I don't understand. It's completely irrelevant. And being vegan is understanding it's absolutely unnecessary, it's needless, it's pointless to kill animals. Why do humans feel like they needlessly have the right to kill animals when you could eat plants and not only just get by, you could be extremely healthy, extremely active and fit? Why would you intentionally choose the path that requires animals being killed for? I'm sure what you're trying to get at. Conscious carnivore. Are you saying that you were trolling me last week? Anyway, I'm gonna leave it up. You have carnivore accounts to make the carnivore look stupid. You're vegan. Are you serious? You say the video that I made a couple days ago was a response to your troll account? Oh well. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm just gonna laugh at that. I mean, oh well. I'm not sure what to say. I do kind of feel bad then that I made that video. Oh, well, I didn't get like a ton of views, maybe like 3,000 views or something like that. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a big, have a big impact on the carnivore world. Okay, so I don't see our carbohydrate hating friend anymore. I guess you didn't have anything more to say other than trust you. You know all about generation of carbohydrates through protein. Cool. That doesn't really affect me as an ethical vegan, or it doesn't affect me as a healthy vegan for that matter. That's okay, conscious carnivore. You trolled me. I made a video about your comments there. Okay, any more questions for me? I'm getting really hungry, guys. I'm gonna have to go grab a quick banana when I'm done with this, just to get some carbs back in me. Huh, is that true, Asian? I'm not sure what to make of all this. I'm just gonna leave the video up. Yeah, I wonder if I should get pizza. I told you, I'm just not sure if I want to deal with my malfunctioning garage door opener. It's kind of a hassle to get in and out of the garage right now. It should be fixed on Monday. I'm working on it. But yeah, just between now and then, just kind of a pain in the ass to get out of here. But that sounds really good right now. I'm actually going to see how much time it would be for the pizza. See how busy they are. Because Fridays can be kind of crazy there. Let's see. 35 minutes? That's reasonable. I guess if I had to mess with the garage door for 10 minutes, it wouldn't be that bad. Hey, that's great news, VLAM. Cool. We want to see more of that kind of stuff. Yeah, Tracy, always something seems to be breaking. It's like malfunctioning. You know, like I got a new one to replace it, but I won't have anyone here to put it in till like Monday. You don't understand how hard I've talked to so many people, electricians, contractors, handymen. None want to do it. One guy wanted to charge me like $300 for it. But anyway, yeah, it's been a pain in the ass. It'll open and close, but it'll stop halfway. Then it'll just like stop working altogether. I have to unplug it, plug it back in, and it might close again. It's just a pain in the butt. So, I'm not sure, AJ. I got to figure if I'm going to do it or not. I got to figure if it's worth dealing with the hassle of getting in and out. Because I'll have to close it 4 times. When I leave, open it, close it, and then come back, open and close it. So it's 4 times of just dealing with crap. Conscious Carnivore. No, I've never been to Canada before. I want to go to BC too, British Columbia. That's where Peter's at. George, well, our new garage door opener that will be installed on, well, actually, you can just you just pull the thing down. You can pop it open manually. I've done that before, but at least in California, all new garage door openers now need to be sold with battery backup power because of fires and which happen here all the time now, unfortunately. So yeah, they've kind of worked that out. So yeah, even in the power outages, you should be able to, if you get a new garage door opener, you should be able to get in and out. You haven't opened yours in 20 years, Uncle Walt? Wow, that's crazy. I wonder what's in your garage. You had to buy a whole new unit for the garage door opener. The whole thing, yeah, it's a whole new one's getting. Our old one is pretty old. It's like 15 years of heavy use, like every day, pretty much getting used. So I imagine, yeah, it's time to move on. Oh yeah, I know Brian Turner. I haven't talked to him for a while, but he's a cool dude. Yeah, bodybuilder, vegan, San Diego. Yeah, I'd love to chat with Brian Turner again sometime. Yeah, if you have an idea, let me know. Oh, thanks, George. Yeah, I can get out of the garage without the power on, but I just do that. I don't know. I'm not sure. It just sucks. I just have to a couple 2.5 more days of dealing with this nonsense. Okay. Well, I see. So you can get in some of the garage, just the big door hasn't been opened. Let's see. So any more questions here before I go? I'm really starting to feel the effects of hunger now. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really craving some food. Last week, Angie brought me some food, so that kept me going longer. AJ Vintage, your garage door opener is the same with your dishwasher. Yeah, it sucks how things just don't last forever, huh? I guess that's Buddhism there for you, impermanence of things. But yeah, it was acting weird a few weeks ago, the garage door opener. So I changed batteries. I thought maybe the battery was weak, and that didn't fix it. It's just been slowly getting worse and worse over time. And finally, one time I told you it was like midway, and it just stopped, and just dead. I had to unplug it, and fortunately restarting it helped. Who would have thought you could restart a garage door opener, an old one at that too? I'm sure it's not digital or anything like that, like new ones. Yeah, I've given it a lot for today, guys. So let me think. New videos for next week. I'm not sure I'm working on next week. I've just been dealing with weird. I've been dealing with the garage literally since Wednesday. That it's been like my primary preoccupation, getting a new one, scheduling people to fix it and stuff like that. So that's one reason why I didn't get a lot of videos out this week. So we'll see. That kind of makes me behind in my research for next week. So we'll get some stuff Oh, Ivan, first stream you've joined? Cool. Come. Yeah, this is, I gotta say, I usually stream every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now it's 9:11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 3 hours roughly earlier from now is when I go on typically. So yeah, join. Yeah, come wherever you're at. Set your alarms. Make sure you have notifications turned on YouTube to get notified in case you forget. And I want to thank everyone. Thank Uncle Walt, and it's good to see Tracy here at the end, and Peter and Race Lever, who I think may have booted a troll or two tonight. So thank you for your services there, and thanks for everyone for being here and asking good questions and good answers. A lot of times I wouldn't be able to answer someone's question. I saw you guys there in the chat just giving some great advice. So I appreciate you guys sharing your knowledge too, creating this community. You know, this is awesome. So yeah, watch the stream, Uncle Walt. Let him know to watch the stream. So yeah, I'll probably get a pizza if I deal with the garage. I still have to weigh it all out. But thanks so much for all the super chat tips tonight, guys. If not, you know, we'll go to some food soon enough. But I'm kind of leaning towards pizza tonight because I'm so friggin' hungry right now. I'm starving. All right, guys. So thanks so much, and remember, let's keep it happy, healthy, and vegan. All right, peace out, guys.